Don't miss a touchdown, three-pointer, home run, or goal. Local sports with a local flavor. What? Streamed globally. And now, it's game time.
It is senior night here at the reservation, folks. Southwestern comes into this one 7-0, faces the South Laurel team 0-7, two teams on two different ends of the spectrum. I'm Michael Gregg here with Lake Carmel Sports tonight. Josh McKinney on vacation. Adam Bray stepping in. Welcome, Adam.
Welcome. Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So I've got Adam in the booth with me. And, Adam, Southwestern, it's senior night. It's been homecoming week. We're still doing a lot of senior recognition out here on the field. And Southwestern, we know there's a big game coming up next week, but in front of us this week is South Laurel Cardinals. And definitely two teams on two ends of the spectrum this season.
Absolutely. I mean, the Warriors in many ways are a complete foil to South Laurel, unbeaten through 7 games. The offense is really clicking and meshing well. Defense is a smash-mouth bunch. They've scored 270 points this year, only allowed 90. And you never really want to look over an opponent. I mean, I know South Laurel on paper, complete opposite of Southwestern, but you never want to look over an opponent. You want to take care of business this week, and then hopefully it'll be a light work week for some of the heavier hitters for Southwestern, and they can rest up, ready for PC.
Yeah, something that Southwestern does very well offensively is run the football. Something that South Laurel struggles doing is stopping the run. That spells for trouble tonight if you're South Laurel. Southwestern, you want to get through this one, keep everybody healthy so all the troops are on the field next week. If you joined us, we appreciate you here on Toyota of Somerset High School Football on Lake Cumberland Sports. We're going to step away for a couple minutes for a commercial and come back to you and get set up for a matchup here tonight at homecoming and senior night here at the reservation here as Southwestern Warriors will play host to the South Laurel Cardinals.
Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been serving and supporting our local communities. We want you to know that we are here for you and your family. Someone you can trust, someone you can count on, now and for the better days to come. Trusted, loyal, dedicated, helpful, and consistent. Toyota of Somerset. Come see us or visit us online at toyotaofsomerset.com.
We, the people of this great land, are resilient and will get through this. And buying and selling is the real stimulus. Land and real estate are the premium investments, and they're not just making any more land. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we'll get you the most for your property with live, online, and multi-parcel auctions. Selling farms, homes, developments, and commercial properties for top dollar. Give us a call or online at FordBrothersInc.com.
Okay, welcome back to the reservation here. As we're about 25 minutes away from kickoff here on senior night. Southwestern was 17 seniors this season. Go ahead and run down those seniors this year. Blake Bolin, number 21. Number 79, Elijah Haynes. Number 5, Mason Hibbard. Number 3, J.J. Hutchinson. Number 24, Christian Kelly. Number 9, Maddox Mink. 46, Caleb Moore. Number 60, Braden Myers. Number 80, Brady Norfleet. Number 12, Roger Oliver. 87, Brody Perkins. 54, Wyatt Stafford. Number 50, Canyon Taylor. Number 20, Nathan Vanover. 22, Tanner Wright. And 73, Jadon Washington. And number 16, Nathan Gramling. Got 2 managers on the squad that are seniors as well, Madison Warren and Morgan Warren. Coach Foley wanting to give a shout out to those young ladies as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, all the pageantry of senior night and homecoming all rolled into one for the Southwestern Warriors right here. It's a great night to be here at the reservation. The brand new field. It's the first time I've seen it, actually. First time I've been to the reservation since they put in the new turf. It looks great, much like Pulaski's. And, Somerset, of course, had theirs a few years ago installed. All the county schools and the city school here have really excellent facilities. Going forward, I think it really bodes well for their programs.
I would agree with you 100%, Adam Bray. This is an investment that will pay dividends for years down the line. Certainly happy to see that happen. And it creates an electric environment. Every home game this season, this place has been packed. I expect nothing less tonight. And then, of course, next week, if you plan to come in on the Buffalo Wings and Rings video game of the week, that'll be next week as Southwestern play host to the Pulaski County Maroons. Come early because parking and seating will be at a premium.
Yeah, I mean, it might be standing room only if you don't get here early. You might have to be standing on the football track, which, I mean, it'll be worth it. I mean, that game, it's always a treat. On paper, these two teams really matching up well against each other. I am excited to see that game.
The Southwestern, as far as the South Laurel Cardinals go, Southwestern leads this series in the last 20 meetings. Adam Bray, Southwestern 19-1 against the Cardinals. Many of those contests not even close. As you said earlier in your opening, you don't want to overlook an opponent. And I know Coach Foley's not going to do that, but he's going to work on some things, and he has some things he wants to polish. And you got to get better, continue to improve. Continuous improvement, that's what Coach Foley's after.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, in many ways, you could look at this game as a tune-up game, like you said, to kind of just take some things and improve it. It's going to be really just like a live scout team practice, I think, is what the score is going to reflect at the end of this game. We'll see. You never are completely sure until the final whistle is blown. But, definitely a tune-up game, I think, coming forward.
Yeah, last season, this season, let's give a little bit of rundown for the opponent. Noah Smith is the leading passer on the Cardinals, 727 yards in the season and 4 touchdowns. The leading rushers on the team, they've got 2 for the season, 39 yards, 18 yards. And receiving on the season, Hunter Bundy's the leading receiver, 321 yards and 3 touchdowns. By contrast, for Southwestern, some season statistics. Give me just a second. This season for Southwestern, they are led in rushing by Tanner Wright, 763 yards, 12 touchdowns. He's averaging 109 yards per game. And Christian Walden, second on the team, 626 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. Both of those young men have been stout in the backfield, passing the football. Southwestern has had a trio of quarterbacks taking snaps tonight. That may be the same MO. Mason Hibbard's going to get the nod tonight. On the season, he's 9 out of 18 for 50%, 124 yards, 1 touchdown pass. But Mason Hibbard can also run the ball from back there. Colin Burton is 543 yards on the season and 6 TDs. And the senior Roger Oliver, 5 out of 15, 268 yards and a couple TDs. I think I'm going to step away here and let Coach Foley talk on the Coach Jason Foley Show. Got to catch up with him earlier today. He certainly gives some dap to his seniors. And so we're going to step away here and let you listen to Coach Jason Foley on the Coach Jason Foley Show here on Lake Cumberland Sports. This is Michael Gregg with Lake Cumberland Sports, sitting down with head ball coach Jason Foley, the Southwestern Warriors. Coach Foley, congratulations on a district win last week. Your team handled Whitley County on the road. That's 2 back-to-back on the road district wins, so it puts you in a nice spot as you come back home this week during homecoming. So you've had a lot going on this week. You're going to host South Laurel this week and to attempt to go 3-0. How has the week been? I know homecoming can sometimes be a distraction. How has this week been? Exciting?
Yeah, I mean, actually, there's a lot of school spirit. It's been really exciting. I think, due to the COVID and things the last 2 or 3 years, I think this is the most school spirit, more student involvement, our faculty involvement, and it's been really exciting here at Southwestern, just seeing the excitement for homecoming and, of course, senior night as well. And so it's been really good. I think our kids have actually had a good week of practice. We seem to be pretty focused. I think they've got an agenda, to try to continue to get better, and they know that we've got, big goals down the line. And I've been very pleased with the way we practiced this week, actually.
So, Coach, this senior night for your seniors, and you're going to graduate a few, and of these seniors, several multi-year contributors have major roles on this Warrior program. And so I'm going to kind of change the script up a little bit in our interview this week and just go down the list and ask you to tell me what comes to mind when you think about these Warriors and what kind of impact they've had on your program. First senior, I'm going to talk number 21, Blake Boland.
Well, Blake is first year that he's got to play with us, and he came in here and big, tall target, receiver, about 6'7". I really, really appreciate his effort and dedication. He's a great blocker, maybe our best receiver out wide blocking. So, and he can make big plays, and he's had a great year, and very proud of Blake and his contributions to this team.
Another senior, Elijah Haynes.
Elijah's our kicker, a backup kicker to Caleb Moore, and another dedicated and committed young man. Has been one of the hardest workers in the off seasons and just been a great team member for us all the way.
Big number 5, Mason Hibbert, seems like he's been playing here forever.
Mason, Mason's been here for a long time. Just can do it all. I've said this over and over. Wide receiver, quarterback, defensive back. He can do it all, and he's one of the best athletes I think that's came through here in a long time.
Actually scored 3 touchdowns in 3 different phases of the game last year. It almost eluded me until I saw that in the Citizens Athlete of the Week. Another senior, J.J. Hutchinson, Coach.
Yeah, J.J., probably our best cover corner that we have. Just a great defensive back. He's got a knack and instinct and playing that spot. He's been a kid that's another one that's been here with us and made a contribution big time in the last 3 years. And, he's makes some big plays in big moments, I feel like, in covering the pass. So definitely appreciate all that J.J.'s done.
And going back, I think 2 years running, J.J. scored a touchdown. I'm misspeaking. Let me take that back. Mark that off the record. Another senior coach, number 24, Christian Kelly.
Well, Christian's just grit. I think back to when he was a sophomore, had a big impact on us, for us there down the line. I think even back to that region championship game against Frederick, he was having to go up against a D1 athlete in that game. And just a lot of grit. I think you saw it in the North Laurel game, sprained his ankle bad and played through it. He's actually a vocal leader on this team, and just a lot of energy, and he's tough as they come.
Yeah, I think toughness and grit is a very big compliment when you're talking about a defensive player. Maddox Mink, another senior that's had multi-year contributions on this team.
Max gotten better every year. I knew when he was a freshman he had a lot of talent, and he got better, and he played on the offense and defensive line the last 2 years, and then this year he comes in and plays tight end, running back, linebacker, and has had a sensational year. I mean, he's playing as good a football, in my opinion, as about anybody in the district right now, and just really, really great young man, and got a bright future ahead.
Number 46, Gicker mainstay for the last few years, Caleb Moore.
Yeah, Caleb, you talk about a kid that's really improved. He came out 2-3 years ago, really didn't have much of a leg. He wanted to try to kick, and he has just worked his craft and really has become a good weapon for us. Doesn't miss me extra points. He puts the ball in good position for us when he's kicking off, and I'm just happy to be able to coach him and see the improvement that he's made.
Big number 60, left tackle for you, Braden Myers. He's anchored that offensive line, it seems like, for the whole time I've covered your team, Coach. Braden Myers.
Yeah, Braden, he is an anchor, and big kid. I mean, 6'4", 290, 300. He's got a little bit of meanness to him, and in the trenches, that's what you got to have. And, he's going to go play college football somewhere, is getting some good looks, and just been a leader for us the last 2 years on that offensive line, and definitely appreciate everything that he's done for us and leading the rushing attack for the last 3 years, which has led 5A. He's anchored it down.
Brady Norfleet, another senior, is going to say goodbye this year to you.
Brady has been a great team member. He's another one that's just been with us from the get-go. He works his butt off all the time. Scout team, he's really helps our scout teams out in practice, getting our first team guys ready, and he loves the game, and the kids love him. I think he made a big tackle a couple weeks ago, and it was a great moment for him and our team.
I saw the team celebrating that, really giving him a lot of dap on that one. Another newcomer, but a senior nonetheless, Roger Oliver.
Well, Roger's a very talented player. He's had to try to learn a new offense. He plays the quarterback position. Really strong arm, strongest arm that we've got on the team. And you'll see him make some big plays, and I think he's going to be a key contributor for us down the stretch. And just excited to see what he can do for us and see his development throughout the season. He's done a good job for us.
Another senior that seems like has played on this team for many years, Brody Perkins, key contributor, comes up big on both sides of the football. What has he meant to your program, Coach?
Well, he's been a defensive end and a tight end, getting a lot of looks at that tight end position at the college level. The first thing that comes to my mind when I think of Brody is just a relentless worker. He works extremely hard in the weight room. He's got good talent, but he also has great work ethic to go with it. So he's going to be successful in life just because of his attitude and his work ethic.
Wyatt Stafford, been a kid that's come on the football field this season, had a really phenomenal senior campaign. Talk to us about Wyatt Stafford.
Well, Stafford, boy, has he played good at that middle linebacker spot this year. I mean, he is been tough. You know, my linebacker coach, Coach Cundiff, jokes. He said, "I don't think you can hurt that kid. He's just he's really a ball of muscle and just compact." And the thing that I love about him was his perseverance to make it to his senior year and really become a starter and a big contributor for us. Because, you know, freshman, sophomore, junior, he played a lot of JV, but it really hadn't got a lot of varsity time. And this year he's really emerged and been a big defensive contributor for us.
Another senior that's emerged for you this season, next senior I'll ask you about, Kenyon Taylor.
Well, that's another kid that kind of, like Wyatt, he got started late in football and just started working out with us. I think the past off season, he went from about 180 to about 215, 220, made big-time strides just with his body, and he's been a big anchor for us on that defensive end this spot this year. I'm very proud of him.
Next senior coach is a running back that we've talked about over the years up in the booth, who has always been stout, but he took a turn, I guess, his junior campaign and started running people over, and that's Double Deuce Tanner Wright.
Well, you know, Tanner he's done a little bit of everything. I mean, the last 3 years, I mean, defensively, offensively, you see him stand out big in big games. And, yeah, you're right. I mean, as far as just a consistent power runner, he's about as good as that gets. He's got great balance, great vision, and another big-time player for this program. Definitely been exciting to have him.
Yeah, the balance is impressive. Like, it's almost like he has that B button on the video game controller. He can spin, and he hits somebody and spin again and still run in a straight line. I get dizzy. I fall over.
Yeah.
Another senior, Nathan Gramley, is going to say goodbye to the program this year.
Gramling has had a tough time. He had an ACL injury his junior year. And, you know, he played quarterback when he was in middle school and freshman, JV quarterback for us for a long time. And he just had a really tough time with the injury, but I'm really proud of the way he's fought back and finished. He's a really quick kid. He's playing wide receiver for us right now, and just happy to have had him for the 4 years. He's done a lot of good things for us along the line, so appreciate everything he's done.
Another senior, Jadon Washington.
Oh, Jadon is, we always joke, quickest first step on the team, you know, and you see that on that defensive line. You know, he wreaks a lot of havoc at the nose guard position, and I know for our offense, and of course I'm on the offensive side of the ball a lot, he's gave me nightmares with our offensive line for 4 years in practice because he caused our offensive line a lot of problems. But I love Jadon, and he's going to be another kid that's going to help us down the stretch here on that D-line.
Coach, you mentioned you had a couple senior managers that have been key contributors for you too, Madison and Morgan Warren. What have they meant to your program?
Well, you know, those two girls they've went above and beyond. You know, they don't get a lot of credit for the things that they do, but it's doing our laundry, it's getting our boys water ready every day for practice, it's getting our footballs in order, just all the little things behind the scenes that they do. And I know that we really appreciate as a staff, and the boys I think do too, and we definitely appreciate both of those girls. They've done a lot for us the last few years.
Coach, you mentioned you've had a good week of practice, and have you got any putting in work awards you want to give out this week?
Well, you know, there's definitely some kids that's doing really well. Cameron Cox, he's one kid that plays running back for us. He's a junior. He's been putting in a lot of good time for us there as far as in the running back position. I want to brag on Roger Oliver this week. He stepped up, and, you know, Colin had dealt with some injury there, and Roger's really stepped in and picked up the offense and gotten more continuity with our wide receivers. I also want to brag on Caden Hewitt. We know Hewitt, but he's coming off that injury, and boy, he is really starting to come on right now. So I've been very impressed with Hewitt. And you know, the last one I want to brag on is Sam Yancey. Yancey's a young freshman lineman, and he's really gotten better each week, and very proud of him and his development.
So, Coach, Caden Hewitt is a young man I got confused with earlier. Hewitt scored a touchdown in the last 2 years against South Laurel, and I'm not sure that may be a statistic that's lost on everybody, but I just happened to notice that, so we'll see if he can't make it 3 years in a row for Caden Hewitt. So this week, again, you welcome an 0-7 team here at the reservation. You're 7-0. I know you're not going to overlook anybody, but what's your team going to work on tonight, Coach, as you're refining things here in this second season?
Well, you know, we just need to execute good. You know, I think going back to the North Laurel game even, and then the Whitley County game, you've seen spurts of us really doing some good things, but I feel like, you know, we just got to execute more consistently. There's been a couple, 3 drives each game where it may be miscommunication from the sideline as far as getting the play in, or maybe understanding from a player knowing what they're doing. And we've been working on those things in practice, trying to eliminate mistakes that stalls drives. We want to cut down some penalties and just try to play a really smooth and sharp game as we start heading into the latter part of the season. But like I said, for us, you know, we're always going to respect every opponent. We know we got to show up and play. But for us right now, it's about just trying to become the best that we can be, and that's what we've been focusing on.
So, Coach, good luck this week as your team hits homecoming week and is in pursuit of 3-0 in district and awaits a pretty big matchup next week. And we'll leave that conversation for next week. But again, as always, I really appreciate you taking time out with me and letting us know what's going on in Warrior Nation. And good luck tonight, Coach, and good luck as the season continues.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it.
This has been Michael Gregg with catching up with head ball coach Jason Foley here on the Coach Jason Foley Show on Lake Cumberland Sports.
Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been serving and supporting our local communities. We want you to know that we are here for you and your family. Someone you can trust, someone you can count on, now and for the better days to come. Trusted, loyal, dedicated, helpful, and consistent. Toyota of Somerset. Come see us or visit us online at toyotaofsomerset.com.
We, the people of this great land, are resilient and will get through this. And buying and selling is the real stimulus. Land and real estate are the premium investments, and they're not just making any more land. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we'll get you the most for your property with live, online, and multi-parcel auctions. Selling farms, homes, developments, and commercial properties for top dollar. Give us a call or online at FordBrothersInc.com.
Most accidents and breakdowns happen close to home. You know who else is close to home? Tire Pros. With our 24/7 roadside assistance, we're always there for you. And our team of trained and certified technicians can repair your brakes, transmission, electrical, and more. Looking for tires? Shopping online is fast and easy. Choose from our huge selection of name brand tires, then schedule an appointment to have them professionally installed at a time that's convenient for you. Hassle-free, guaranteed. Tire Pros. We're here for you.
Here at Citizens National Bank, we still take pride in treating each and every customer like we would want to be treated. Our employees are here to help you navigate the confusing lending process and determine which type of home loan best suits you. Schedule an appointment today. We have highly qualified loan officers ready to serve you.
I know this guy. I've talked to him on the phone. He knows his stuff.
Welcome back to Southwestern High School, where we've got to catch up with Coach Jason Foley. Adam Bray, he talked about some things he was going to work on tonight, and I think that's a perfect opportunity for us to talk about the widest cabinets, keys of the game.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect transition. And before we get into that, the keys of the game will be brought to you by Widest Cabinets. At Widest Cabinets, they provide their customers with friendly service. They value your business, and it is their mission to provide reliable products and services. The courteous and professional team at Widest Cabinet Design Center can turn your vision into reality. Visit the Widest Cabinet Design Center on the corner of South 27 and Slate Branch Road to learn more about what they can do for you. And just as Coach Foley was going over there, he said he doesn't want to overlook anybody. We were mentioning that right before this, but I think the keys to the game for Southwestern on offense and defense is just to execute. You know, do what you know you need to do. You're 7-0 to this point. You're facing a team that on paper is a complete mismatch when it comes to you. So you just execute, go out there and give it all you've got. You know, put forth the effort. Don't just roll over and say, just a 0-7 team and have some sloppy plays. You don't want that. You want to execute well. You want to get these fans what they came here to see, a big Southwestern blue and orange win on homecoming and senior night. Go home and be ready for next week, healthy and ready to go forward from that.
Yeah, I think so. And their offensive line has been something that has been a advantage for them during the Coach Jason Foley era. I look for that to be more the same tonight. We were talking off air. The last time these two teams played, Southwestern was the epitome of efficiency. They had several running backs that scored a touchdown on one carry, and people were catching touchdowns with one catch. And, we were talking also South Laurel, and you all have cameras, so we get to, you get to see it for yourself tonight. But South Laurel is just, they're a 5A school, but they don't have a lot of players out there tonight, and they're a little undersized. And, Southwestern definitely has the advantage. And we're going to get to see a game tonight where Fo's going to work on some stuff. We're going to more than likely get to see some young kids play. It's exciting. It's senior night, but it's not the last night that these seniors are going to play on this field, because they got next week, and they've got some home playoff games, at least one guaranteed, as they come into this one 2-0 in the district. This is the third game in the district. Southwestern looking to go 3-0 in district play with the win tonight.
Absolutely. And for South Laurel, I think really what you got to do is come out, play with pride. Like you said, on paper, it doesn't look so good, but come out here and see what you can do. Maybe you can put the ball in the end zone a few times, really, kind of show some pride, show some development. You just want to play a good, clean game, and they look pretty hyped up over there, jumping around, getting ready in the east end zone, north end zone there. So, we'll see what they got tonight. I think really just play for pride.
That's exactly right. Offensively, Southwestern's going to go like this across the front. Braden Myers at left tackle, 6'4", 275-pound senior. Left guard, Cooper Garman, 6'2", 310-pound junior. Center, Nico Pascarella, 6'2", 260-pound junior. Right guard, Caden Petrarca, 5'10", 235 junior. I'm sorry, that'll be Cole Pierce, looks like tonight, starting 6'1", 275-pound junior. Right tackle, Tyler Russell, number 56, 6'1", 265. Brody Perkins, a big senior tight end, 6'3", 215. Mason Hibbard will be your QB tonight, 5'11", 175-pound senior. Your wideout / running back, he kind of does it all, Christian Walden, 5'9", 165-pound junior. Caden Cunningham, number 6, 6'2", 190-pound senior. And running back, number 22, Tanner Wright, will take the majority of the opening snaps at running back, a 5'10", 200-pound senior. Blake Bowen, I'm trying to get my screen to scoot over here a little bit. Blake Bowen will also be lined up, the senior, 6'7", 180-pound senior at wideout. Defensively, Southwestern likes to do a 3-4 defense across that defensive front. Devin Leclerc, 5'9", freshman. Jadon Washington will be nose tackle, 5'9", 230-pound senior. And another defensive end, Colton Goff, number 52, 5'9", 225-pound junior. Linebackers, Braxton Walters, Maddox Mink, Wyatt Stafford, Ben Coomer. The cornerbacks, Owen Campbell and J.J. Hutchinson. And the safeties, Tanner Wright at strong safety and Jonas Gallagher, Cowboy, as free safety. Southwestern donning their white caps again tonight, Adam. And that probably cues us up for the Magic Monograms fashion report.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were kind of talking about Southwestern's uniforms before this game, and I really liking what I see from their uniforms. Conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger, which is now Cabana, I've heard. Magic Monograms is the place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook, search Magic Monograms and Embroidery. And the fashion report, I'm looking at Southwestern's uniforms, and you said this is the second week that they've busted out those really sleek new white helmets with the chrome face mask, the chrome decal with the arrow on it. Really nice look with the blue jersey, white numbers with the orange outline, orange Warriors across the chest, and then the white pants with the blue and orange stripes going down them.
You bet, you bet. And for the Cardinals, looks like they're white bottoms, white tops, red numerals on the chest, and that black helmet with that feather on the helmet, like in a red metallic, almost like an Oregon Ducks type design on the helmet. Mm-hmm. So they got a sleek looking uniform as well. Contrasting colors, contrasting helmets. We're getting right about less than a minute to kick off here, Adam, and the lights are dimmed, and we got the color show going. And, of course, video, if you tune us in, we're glad that you're with us. And we're going to keep you entertained, we hope. And Josh McKinney, wherever you're at on vacation, hope you're having a great time.
Yeah, enjoy that. And they're shaking hands there, the captains, ready to kick this one off. And I know a team deferred there. It looks like probably Southwestern will receive the ball to start the game.
Captains tonight were Tanner Wright, Braden Myers, Mason Hibbard, and Brody Perkins. And I don't know if the camera's going to catch it. Looks like they got fans on the field. Got a lot of pink for breast cancer awareness in October, as is celebrated each year, and recognized that ongoing battle that many of our people face or females face in this country. And we're getting ready to go here on senior night, homecoming week. We'll have some homecoming festivities at halftime. And I've actually, Adam, I've got the homecoming court that I can introduce as well.
And here come the Warriors onto the field ready to take on the South Laurel Cardinals. I mean, they're looking to move to 8-0. It's going to be a fun contest.
It absolutely is. Coaching staff has got their white tops on as well, so they can match their players in that white top as the helmets that they're wearing tonight. And we're set for action here. Getting ready for a kickoff here in about, well, momentarily. Looks like the Cardinals are going to go right to left on your screen. And so Southwestern are going to get the first crack at it. Thank you for joining us here on Toyota Somerset High School Football on Lake Cumberland Sports. Presented by the Ford Brothers Auctioneers and Realtors.
All right, so they're going to have Walden and Hibbard deep to receive this kick, looks like.
Hibbard and Walden deep for Southwestern.
We'll see what kind of leg 87 there for the Cardinals has. We've got a name on
Tyler Reynolds, a 5'8" senior for the Cardinals, going to be set to kick off.
Very deep. I don't think I've ever seen him that deep to kick the ball.
Tim Spears, Realtor kickoff here to start this one out. That ball is going to be taken at the 18-yard line by number 5, Mason Hibbard. Hibbard's going to navigate through the initial flow of traffic, and he's going to take the initial kickoff to the house, Adam Gray.
Yeah, I was wondering that. I saw him have the nice burst of acceleration at the beginning of the play, and he's just able to get to that edge. I mean, this outsped everybody.
Yeah, I have said all season long what number 5 does is he can out-athlete you, and you got to see that on display right there. Excellent job by the kick return team to not have any penalties. So no flags on the field. Southwestern takes an early 6-0 lead with 11:46 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that time followed his blockers. Just a great job there by Hibbard. And it's not often you see your quarterback returning kicks, but that's what these Southwestern Warriors have done. I mean, they've used Colin Burton as a quarterback as well this season. He's the one who's holding the kick right now, but just a lot of versatility on this roster, solid from top to bottom.
Kayla Moore in, the senior, on the extra point attempt. That kick is up, and it is good.
Beautiful kick.
So Southwestern takes an early lead, 7-0 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. That was a Citizens National Bank touchdown early on homecoming night. Southwestern off to a hot start.
Henderson Chiropractic, committed to relieving your pain using true principles of chiropractic care. Their caring, helpful team strives for excellence through extraordinary service and patient education. Dr. Henderson provides chiropractic care for injuries that occur during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, or just everyday wear and tear. The experience you need for the results you want. That's Henderson Chiropractic.
Well, we can't really break down their offensive numbers right there, Adam Bray. You know, you have a kickoff return. That's how you draw it up. And you're right. How many times you see QB1 back taking a kickoff? But Mason Hibbard's one of those do-it-all type athletes, and he took punts last year. He was QBing in that regional championship game against Frederick Douglass, and he was QBing and he was returning punts.
And he's their top receiver this year as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way they've utilized him.
Last week he had a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown all last week against Whitley County.
Wow. He's a really versatile athlete.
Yeah. Kayla Moore set to kick off for Southwestern. Boot that ball deep. That ball's going to be fielded at about the 6-yard line by Hunter Bundy. Bundy's going to run to the middle of the field and get wrapped up by a couple different Warriors. Looks like coming off the bottom of the stack was Braxton Walters for Southwestern. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals when get their first crack at offense against this Warrior defense.
Yeah, tried to sweep it around there to the right side, just ran out of real estate and did not have the jets to get upfield. They're going to have a starting field position.
Yeah, I mentioned starting lineups, and I misquoted some things because Kenyon Taylor is at right end starting, Jadon Washington at nose tackle, and Christian Kelly, the senior. Kelly and Jadon and Kenyon, all three seniors along that defensive front. Quarterback takes a shotgun pitch, hands it off to the running back. I didn't get a number on that.
Yeah, tough to see a number from this angle.
Let's see what we got. Looks like that was Elza. Pretty effective run to start off with of 5 or 6 yards.
And he is a small package, but a lot of elusivity with him.
Yeah, 5'8", 180-pound senior is Elza. And South Laurel, Adams not going to huddle up. They're just going to get the play from the sideline. They're going to go. So QB rolls right, and he's going to hold on to that, and he's going to get a first down and go out of bounds at about looks like at about the 31-yard line.
And it looks like Ashton Garland is starting quarterback for them and not Noah Smith unless they're running him out. I didn't see on that first play, number 3, Ashton Garland was the one who just took that QB keeper. So
okay, yeah, you're right. Ashton Garland is the person taking the snaps to start this one.
This may mess up my stat sheet a little bit.
Well, hey, we'll do the best we can with it. Garland in the shotgun formation takes that snap, hands off to number 29, Elza, and he's going to sweep right. And he's going to get brought down by, looks like that was the corner on that side. J.J. Hutchinson with the tackle on that. Looks like Mink was in on that as well.
You know, to be honest, I mean, for this team to only have 9 total rushing yards on the year, or is that what it was? 9 total rushing yards?
Cumulative yards, yeah.
When you consider the sacks and all that stuff, they're moving the ball pretty effectively thus far.
For a first drive, I think, you know, South Laurel coming out, and, you know, they're going to want to try to keep the ball away from Southwestern. So they're going to want to be very methodical and move the chains if they can. Second down and 8 for the Cardinals. Garland with the handoff, another handoff to Elza. Looked like the defender might have had his hand in his face mask from this angle, but no flag.
Yeah, not much that time. Yeah, and I ran the stats. That through 7 games, you have 9 rushing yards. That's like 1.3 yards per game. If it were 1.3 yards per rush, that would be paltry. But 1.3 per game is just, I mean, it's otherworldly.
Yeah.
But here they are. I mean, of course, they got bottled up that time, but they've like doubled their rushing stats.
Right. I'm guessing they were doing a lot of passing, and several sacks certainly helps neutralize any positive yardage that you may have. So trips out left for South Laurel, and running back there with Garland. Garland's going to throw it, and it's open season, and Cowboy Gallagher kind of puts his hand up there and bats that ball down. Intended receiver was Hunter Bundy, who is the leading receiver for South Laurel. But
yeah, Bundy had a shot at that one. Honestly, I think he had better position. I mean, it was kind of a wobbler thrown up there in the air, but it was just him and then the defender, and he didn't really. It seemed like he didn't really want it all that much. He didn't go up for it.
Yeah, Gallagher didn't try to pick it. He was trying to bat it down, and probably smart move on his part. You go to pick and you miss that, and Bundy is able to reel it in. He scores because there's nobody else back there. So 4th and 10 for the Cardinals, and it's hard to say in this formation. Are they going to punt it? Or are they going to go? And we got video, so we're going to find out.
Oh, and a complete misexchange there.
Yeah, and disaster on the snap. It almost looks like the QB and the punter weren't sure what they were going to do.
Whether they were going to punt it or throw the ball, I mean, that's exactly what they did not want to do.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, wowzers for South Laurel. Not the way you draw that up. That drive started okay. And just disaster there at the end. So
lack of execution. I mean,
Southwestern's going to take over here on the 28-yard line on their end of the field. So a very short field, set up in Fat City, if you will. And Roger Oliver trotting out here for QB this drive, Adam Bray. And so we're going to – actually, I said this drive. This is their first offensive series because that first touchdown was via kickoff return. So Oliver getting a start at QB tonight.
Interesting.
Shotgun snap. Off to Tanner Wright, goes left, and he's going to go pay dirt one carry. 28-yard touchdown. 9:21 on the clock, and Southwestern imposing their wheel early in this one.
Yeah, one rush, 28-yard. I mean, it's kind of going back to what you were talking about. It's the one touch, and they're gone. I mean, we'll see how many players can get in the end zone for the blue and orange tonight. It is It's just off to the races for these kids so far.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it and didn't want to overplay it. It's a mismatch. And, you want to come out of this one, you don't want anybody hurt.
Yep.
And you want to work on some stuff. And I think part of that extra point attempt by Kayla Moore up and good. It's going to extend the lead to 14-0 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. 9:21 on the clock, and Southwestern up big early.
Entrust Healthcare Counseling Services has made it their mission to be the trusted leader in promoting mental health in Kentucky for the last 23 years. We personalize your services to meet your needs, whether that be in our office, over the phone, or through your computer. Call Entrust at 606-676-0638 to get services started today from anywhere in Kentucky. You can always visit their Facebook page at Entrust Healthcare Counseling Services to learn more about how they can help you or your family today. Your mental health matters at Entrust. And they're also looking for someone to work for them if you would get in contact with them. And I don't have the read for that, but yeah, if you'd like to get in contact with them to work at Entrust Healthcare and Counseling, feel free to do that.
And so you can message them on their Facebook page, and someone will get right back with you.
And that same phone number that I mentioned, 676-0638, give them a call or visit them at entrust-healthcare.com. I found it. There we go.
We're on a Tim Spears Realtor kickoff again here. 9:21, Southwestern leads 14-0 early. Moore puts the boot to it, and that ball is going to be fielded. It's not going to be fielded, and it's not going to get in the end zone, so it's going to be fielded on the 6.
Better field it then.
And, a little bit of a late hit there, but no flags.
Yeah, this turf not very accommodating to the ball bouncing very far. It looks like it kind of just stuck right there in the ground, and that's perfect for Southwestern. You pin them even deeper than you did last time.
If you're hitting a ball with a pitching wedge and it's a golf ball, that was perfect.
Can you imagine if they had not turned around, thought it was going to go in the end zone, Southwestern just scoops the scores?
Then that very nearly happened right there. So defensively, Southwestern, I see Christian Walden. I've not seen him play a whole lot of defensive snaps this season. He's out there, and South Laurel lining up in the gun, pass halfback handoff right up the gut to Elza. Nothing there. Kelly coming off the bottom of the pile with the stop there, and
yeah, maybe I can see why they're averaging so little game now. Elza with that couple losses back to back, he's got the 4 rushes for just 5 yards. So the offensive line if you look at Southwestern, they're just towering over pretty much everybody on the line, and it's 4-5, and it's just every play.
Yeah, absolutely. Colton Goff, Devin Leclerc, and Christian Kelly now the 3 at the front 3. Maddox Mink, trying to call them off here. Braxton Walters, and I see Mason Hibbard at safety. So Hibbard not starting at QB, so he is getting a start defensively tonight. Well, it looks like we got a timeout, South Laurel, so we're going to take a Ron Shaw Realtor timeout. South Laurel.
Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships. They treat you like family. A big thank you to Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships for presenting tonight's coverage of high school football. Be sure to take advantage of the end of summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them at any of their 4 Somerset locations or on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships. They treat you like family. And since 1979, Modern Systems has been protecting communities all across Kentucky, and they are proud to be part of the communities they serve, committing time and sponsorships to numerous charities like Project 5810, Relay for Life, March of Dimes, Heart Walk, local school programs, and many more. Modern Systems, your neighbors and your friends, they work 24/7 to protect the things that matter most to you, from homes to businesses to schools and churches. Let Modern Systems be your trusted name in security.
Yes, we've got I was going over the defensive set there just a few minutes ago, and at linebacker, your usual suspects, Braxton Walters, Maddox Mink, White, Stafford, and Ben Coomer. Ben Coomer wearing 53 now. Throws a little curveball. He lined up on the offensive line last week and just shows his versatility. That's a junior who didn't play football last year. Coach really glad that young man came back out because he has got a lot of talent, a lot of energy and moxie on the football field. So South Laurel back on here, 2nd and 11 in the shotgun formation.
I'll tell you, Maddox Mink looks like a college athlete out there.
Yeah, I think he may be a college athlete here in a few months. QB3
oh my goodness.
Throws that ball at least 15 yards past the intended receiver, Bundy. Garland had a lot of arm there, but just nobody in the vicinity of the, of the pass. So a non-catchable football.
Man,
right there.
he just had to get rid of that thing quick. I mean, there was defenders bearing down immediately. He just took a pretty harsh shot there as well. Honestly, kudos to him for getting the ball away.
Well, there you go. It probably had a lot to do with why he threw it as hard as he did. It's like, let me get this out of my hands.
Yeah,
breathing down my neck.
Ashton Garland, quarterback, who we did not know was going to get the start tonight, but he's the guy, it seems, at least right now, for the Cardinals.
We have not seen the guy that played QB most of the season, have we?
Nope. Maybe hurt.
So Garland in the shotgun. He's going to just run that QB. Well, it's like kind of a bootleg out on the right side. Runs out of bounds at about the 15-yard line.
He honestly runs pretty well.
He does. Quick.
Nice strides to him. That's his second rush now, and he's their leading rusher. He's got about 8 or 9 yards total on 2 carries.
He's got their season cumulative total already, doesn't he? He's doubled it. It's early. So Christian Walden back deep for this punt, assumed to punt on 4th and about 6 for South Laurel.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nathan Vanover out covering the wide out here just in case to try to fake it.
Oh, boy.
High snap and quick punt, but that punt goes not very deep. It hits a South Laurel defender, so it should be dead.
Yeah, dead there. Well, it's not going to really make much of a difference.
No.
Maybe 2 yards or so, and the ref didn't catch it.
Ref didn't see it. That's no problem.
The more yardage that Southwestern has to travel, the better stats that they're going to have, I think, is what it's going to come down to at the end of this one.
Yeah, so now Southwestern's going to take over on their own 36-yard line, on the South Laurel 36-yard line, kind of going in short field again. And offensively, Southwestern is 1 play, 1 touchdown. Oliver comes back out at QB, and Coach Felly has talked about how well Oliver throws the football, and I'm just going to tell you what I want to see. I want to see him throw the football. We'll see him develop that and work on that.
He'll do just that.
We get that. Yeah, quick pass to Walden, who lined up as a wide out.
Looks like Walden's going to get that. Yep, first down.
That's going to be a Remax Lake Time Realty first down, the first one on the evening for Southwestern, I believe. And Southwestern going to go pretty quick here. And Hibbard's going to be out wide left. That's Blake Boland, big 6'7" receiver on the right-hand side. Coach Foley talking about Boland, the senior, said he's the best blocker wide receiver he has. That's a good compliment to pay. And that's important when you have a rushing offense as potent as Southwestern.
Absolutely. And they've never really been a throwing football team that I've watched, but they're doing it today right now, looks like.
And that ball right through Boland's hands. He's a little upset at himself, but, hey, go right back to it, Coach. I mean, that play was open. We got a player down on the field and writhing in pain, and I can't tell who that is because they're
one of the linemen, looks like, for Southwestern.
Yeah, I see. I can see who it's not because I see numbers, but we won't speculate on the injury.
56.
56. That looks like. Yeah, that's going to be. Is that Garmin? Tyler Russell. I'm sorry, Tyler Russell. Now, so Tyler Russell down. The trainer attended to him, and team's on the knee, so we'll. Step away, pay some bills while this is going on.
Alton Blakely Family of Dealerships. Join us after this game on Facebook for our Alton Blakely postgame show. Now is a great time to order your Ford from Alton Blakely. Right now, when you order a new Ford, you can lock in low APRs for up to 84 months. Get the new Ford you've always wanted and no worries about fluctuating interest rates. Your rate is locked in when you order. See Alton Blakely Ford for details on South Highway 27, altonblakely.com.
Coming into this game, Adam, one thing you definitely didn't want to have happen was lose anybody to injury, and football is a contact sport. Things happen, and hopefully Russell will be fine here. He took a shot and right at halftime at North Laurel, and laid on the turf just for a little bit, and I thought the young man was hurt. And the second half, he was playing both sides of the football. So,
he's coming off a little gimpy here, kind of favoring that left leg a little bit. But it could just be kind of a bit of a stinging pain, and he can get back out there here soon. And that's what we hope for, certainly.
Absolutely.
And I don't know what it is really, but it seems like when you play the South and North Laurel teams, they're a very physical bunch. I mean, despite their despite their numbers, and even if they're having a bad season, they are a very physical bunch. And a lot of players tend to get injured against this team. I mean, I remember going back and watching Somerset play against North Laurel, and I think it was 2017. A couple of players for Somerset got hurt against North Laurel. So, I mean, I don't know. I think they're just a really rough and tumble bunch. Yeah. A lot of heavy guys on the line that tend to fall on top of you.
It's varsity 5A football, you know, so it's big boy football. Bowling out again. Oliver in the shotgun. He's going to roll right. He's looking at Bowling. I think he's going to hold on to this football, though, and he's going to run with it. And he's going to be driven out of bounds by about 3 Cardinals. So Oliver is saying, hey, you're going to tackle me, but it's going to take more than one of you. And he's kind of popping up there, pretty proud of himself, and he should be. Kind of tough run there.
That's strong running.
Yeah, that's going to put them first down inside the Rick Barker red zone for the first time this evening. Looks like they're going to have the ball at about the 13-yard line. Oliver still in a shotgun formation. You got Walden and Wright to each side of the QB. He's going to hand that off to Walden. Walden kind of fakes one way. Wow. He just skates into the end zone. Really, I don't think anybody touched him on that touchdown run.
Yeah, he just glides across the I mean, just the way he could change direction there. It's just, whoop, there he is.
There you go, yeah. He hit that juke button on the controller and just made it happen. So Christian Walden gets his name in the scorebook with 7:07 here left in the first quarter. And I think that was a 14-yard touchdown run approximately.
Yeah, 13 is what they got there.
Gotcha, okay. 13.
Take 13, yep.
And it's going to be Caleb Moore now set for the extra point attempt. Up and good, okay. So Moore 3 for 3, and that's going to push Southwestern out to a 21-0 lead. 7:07 left to go here in the first quarter on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
They're doing a great job. It looked like a well-oiled machine out there on offense and defense both. I mean, just moving the ball and preventing the ball from being moved, it's really all it comes down to.
That's exactly right, yeah. Absolutely.
All right.
Southwestern imposing their will as we anticipated that they would. And, I mean, there's not a lot of time already ticked off this clock, and already with a 21-point lead. Again, you know, Coach Foley working on stuff, and with Oliver at the QB. You mentioned they're not a passing team. They definitely run a lot more than they pass. But I think that the pass game this year, they have passed more.
They've opened it up a lot.
They have.
Yes.
And tonight with an opponent, it's going to allow them to continue to work on that. That's what I anticipate to see them do.
I think that's why Oliver's out there really, is just to kind of test to see what he can do. That's why he started this game, I think, to kind of just see what he can do through the air. Maybe they think that he's one of the better options, and maybe they actually want to run 2 or 3 quarterback packages throughout games if they can kind of think it'll throw their opponent off. Well, know what to prepare for.
It is senior night, and Oliver is a senior, and Coach Foley has talked about he has an arm that can throw the ball deep, and we've not gotten to see him stretch the field yet, and maybe we'll get to see that before this night's over. Moore set up for another Tim Spears kickoff, and that's going to go into the end zone for a touchback, so it doesn't die with like a pitching wedge there like the last kickoff did. So South Laurel going to start off with their best starting field position of the evening here on this drive.
Yep. Got an 80-yard field. We'll see what they can do. It's not looked great thus far. I mean, they've had a few plays where they were able to kind of scramble around and move the ball a little bit, but, I mean, Southwestern really just kind of imposing their will, as you said.
Yeah, starting defensive unit still intact out there right now. Stafford, Walters, they're at linebacker, and Gallagher and Hibbard at safety. We got 4 wideouts, 2 on each side, and 1 running back in the backfield. Shotgun formation is going to be fake to hand off and roll right and run all the way. And Christian Kelly, no, that's going to be Wyatt Stafford, tackles him out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, that's a good run there. I mean, he evaded the initial presence there in the backfield, was able to get out for about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, if you can do that every down, you can just move the chains and play keep away.
Mm-hmm.
So Garland got some speed back there, putting that on display there in that last carry. Another shotgun formation. Again, no huddle offense here by the South Laurel Cardinals. Walters kind of showing blitz. He's coming. Doesn't get there, but who does get there is senior number 50. That would be Kenyon Taylor.
Yeah, just a low snap that time, and it just burst right through there. That extra delay really put the nail in the coffin there.
Canyon met the ball carrier right where he took the handoff, and just Canyon imposed his strength and wheel on him and just nothing doing. Brings up third down at about 6 on the 24-yard line. Garland looking for the signal on the sideline. As we mentioned, numbers you can look at on the camera there. Numbers at South Laurel, just not a lot of kids in uniform over there. It happens. Shotgun snap to Garland, rolls right, and he's going to run again. No, he's going to throw that ball, and it just hits in the dirt, so it's going to be an incomplete pass.
Still yet to complete a pass is Garland, 0 for 3 now on the night.
That was intended target was Bradley Elza. And
another quick first down. The clock's not moving.
Vanover's going to check in. Hibbard's going to check out. And Walden's going to go back, assuming that South Laurel's going to punt this football. He comes up a little bit.
It looks like, okay, yeah, they're going to punt.
There's not 2 people back there this time, so there can't be any confusion. Maybe minimize the opportunity for confusion. High snap is handled, and the punt is off. It's a decent punt. Does get across the 50. Fair catch by Walden's going to take over on their own 46-yard line, 47-yard line. And Southwestern set to go back at it here. First down Warriors.
He decided he wasn't going to push his luck there and try to return it. A decent job there in kick coverage by the Cardinals.
Well, and it may just be, they need to work on offensive sets, not return game, and that may be part of the game plan. Like, let's get the ball, let's run some offense.
I'm really starting to lie, especially as the suns went down and those lights are shining off those helmets. I'm really digging those Warrior helmets.
Oh, they are sweet. They are sweet.
North's got a very similar helmet. North Laurel does.
Yeah, so 4 wide outs, and Oliver's going to sling that left side that's going to be Caden Hewitt with the catch, and Hewitt fighting for more yardage, but they're going to give him forward progress. It's hard to say.
Going to give him 6 or 7.
PA guy says 8, but they've not set the ball down yet, so I'll wait on that.
Yeah, they're only going to, I guess maybe where he ran back before he lost
so.
His
so
5 yardage.
About a gain of 5, and so Oliver's still in the gun as he has been all evening. Walden and Hibbard out to the right. You've got Hewitt out to the left. They're all looking for the coach to the signal, and Tanner right in the backfield alongside Oliver. Shotgun snap, and he's looking to go deep. He throws it kind of mid-game, and that ball it's caught by Caden Cunningham. I thought that ball was picked.
Yeah, he did a great job to fit that one in there.
Yeah, and, of course, we do replay on touchdowns, but that's one of those plays I'd love to see because it looked like, I don't know that anyway, he got credit for the catch, but the defender, he was ready to go back to score, and that's where my eyes were at, so I kind of missed that catch.
Yeah, I did too. Looks like he laid out for it. I always rewatch the game, so I'd love to see that play again.
Oliver in the shotgun, takes that snap. He looks, he's going to throw to Hibbard. Hibbard's going to get that ball in a bubble screen, and he's going to knife through the defense. And
refusing to go down.
We have seen this script before, and Mason Hibbard just refusing to go down.
Play.
Touchdown, number 5, Mason Hibbard. I mean, what can you say about that? I mean, the young man just finds pay dirt. He just finds the end zone.
That's incredible. 38-yard catch and run. And, I mean, that one I definitely can't wait to watch. I mean, it was just a video game, and we were watching it right here on the little play screen, but I got to watch that and record it and, send it to my buddies. It was just –
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is like just a small snapshot of why Mason Hibbard is getting looks at the next level for college football because there's just not much that this young man can't do at a very high level. Extra point attempt by 46, Caleb Moore, up and good. That's going to extend the lead to 28-0 here in the first quarter, 4:05 left on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
Yeah, I mean, even if you can do that against a team that's, on paper very much of a mismatch, just the fact that you can make that many guys miss on that short of a field once they got you hemmed in like that, it's just incredible.
How many yards was on that reception?
It was 38.
38.
They got it from the 38-yard line, so 38 yards. Wow. But, I mean, he ran probably 60 just going, weaving out back and forth. I mean, it was insane.
Wow. We've seen this script before from Hibbard. We know what he can do, but he just continues to impress week in, week out. another senior on this squad, one that has seemed to have been starting for this Warrior team for the last decade, it seems like, but one that just continues to make contributions and significant ones here for the Warriors.
They may break the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard if they're not careful.
Well, they may. There's not a third digit over there, is there?
Of course, the accelerated clock does come in at 36-point deficit, which is probably not too far away at this point.
It seems inevitable. Kayla Moore set to kick off on another Tim Spears Realtor kickoff. And Southwestern imposing their will early.
65 yards and a touchdown. If my stats are correct, 4 or 5, a touchdown, and 65 yards for Oliver.
Big boot from a left-footed kicker Moore. It is going to be fielded by Bundy at about the 4-yard line. Bundy stutter steps and gets across the 20 down to about the 24, 23-yard line. Kind of tumbles over the defender, and you get a little helmet tap from number 51 on the defense for Southwestern, Bradley Baker. As one of those kids, that young men that Coach Foley was bragging about on the Putting in Work Award on the Coach Foley show. So nice show of sportsmanship from Baker.
It's always good to see that. I mean,
absolutely.
One thing you hate to see, especially if you're winning big, is to disrespect your opponent, and that Coach Foley prides himself on having his team, come out and respect their opponents.
Vanover now at corner on one side and Hutchinson over there on the other side. You got 2 wide on one split out on the right. You got Garland is going to run again to the right. It seems like they've ran this play several times tonight. And
quarterback sweep.
Yep. That time you got 53. Ben Coomer just sniffs it out. He's a very quick linebacker, young man that ran the ball, played some fullback as a sophomore or a freshman. I'm sorry, as a freshman a few years ago, and so there's a lot of things he can do well.
Yeah, the Warriors love to change people's positions over the year just as they feel like necessary to utilize them in the scheme, and they really do a great job in integrating different players into different roles.
You bet. So Garland looking for the signal from the coach, and multiple folks over there flapping their arms, sending in the signal. Garland in the shotgun, trips out left. That snap in the dirt, and Garland has to run with it, kind of carrying it loose, though. He flips it, and that's caught by Bundy, and Bundy's going to advance and get a first down, a nice little gain.
Yeah, a little razzle-dazzle there that time. The snap was real bad. They've had a lot of trouble with snaps. That was probably the worst one we've seen all night, and did a great job to collect himself, go to his opposite side, a little pitch. That was a nice little play. Good job.
Bundy did a good job reeling it in and kind of making most out of the opportunity, and so they got first down on the 43-yard line. Again, Garland in the gun. Trips now on the other side of the field, on the far side. And Garland's going to just toss that ball incomplete. There was an intended receiver over there, so lived to play another down.
Yeah, that time really not a whole lot doing it. If he had an insane arm on him, he probably could have fit that one in there to 18 on the right side there, but it's just a tough throw, especially with the pressure he was facing.
Yeah, you bet. And Hutchinson over there in the coverage. Coach Foley talking about him in the Coach Foley show as well, calling him his best cover corner he has on his team. So that's an incredible compliment to JJ. All right, tight trips formation here for South Laurel on the right. He fake handoff, and Garland's going to roll right. He wants to throw. He does throw. He winds up, and he's just got a lot of arm. Just too much arm, really. Yeah. Bundy kind of had a step on the defender, but just too much arm from Garland. So, but as we noted, Garland's not the normal quarterback, and if he had it and they had more reps here together, maybe that play is complete. But nonetheless, it's going to be incomplete pass. Bring up a 3rd and 10 for South Laurel.
And all night he's been running for his life. Most of the time when you see somebody running for their life, they're going to underthrow it a little bit, short arm it a little bit ginger about throwing the ball. But he just let that thing fly, again, too far. But, yeah, he's a decent athlete. He's fun to watch. It'd probably be a lot more fun to watch with a little more protection.
Yeah, Garland, a senior, 5'11", 155-pound senior, wide receiver DB, tonight playing QB. Wide receiver kind of bubble screen is caught and sniffed out by Ben Coomer. He's all over that. That reception was by number 23, Gage Larkey, a 5'9" junior.
Gallagher makes the stop for the Warriors.
Yeah, about 4 yards there, and we'll see. They're probably going to go for it here. At this point,
what do you got to lose? Yeah, what do you got to lose? So 4th down, they're going to go, and I think there's going to be a flag. Somebody did something. We're going to let them sort it out.
Got a shift or a neutral zone infraction. We'll see. Yep.
Looks like false start on the offense.
Set him back 5 yards. And now they're going to trot out the punt unit, looks like. They got a whole different set coming out. Yeah, here comes the punter.
Yep, 4th and looks like 12 according to the sticks. And Walden's going to go back deep to field this punt. 2:15 left on the clock here in the first quarter. It's early, but it's all Southwestern, 28-0 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Nice punt. And Walden's just going to let that go over his head. Again, I think Southwestern, they're working on offensive sets. They don't really need to work on the return game.
We'll see what they can do with an 80-yard field this time. And I'm telling you, they're going to get close to a punt block. They've been really close a few times tonight. That was the closest he got. So we'll see how many punts they can end up blocking tonight.
Yeah, Tyler Reynolds, the punter for South Laurel, another senior, did a good job getting rid of that and put a good leg to it. So the most effective punt they've had all evening. But you're right, Southwestern's defense all over him, and he was able to get it out, but didn't have a whole lot of room to spare.
So Southwestern, again, going to face an 80-yard field. And like I said earlier, I think it's just going to be more stats for them to add in the stat book. Hey, I got 80 yards on that drive. Instead of, oh, no, we got to go 80 yards, it's, hey, we get to go 80 yards. That's kind of how I feel about it. Make your stat book look a little more gaudy on SAA's archives in the future.
I see Cole Pierce in and Caden Petrarca there on the offensive line on the right side. Shotgun snap is taken by Oliver. It's given to Tanner Wright, who goes right up the middle, and he's got open field. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. Are they going to be able to catch Tanner Wright? He kind of puts and shifts gears. He's going to be brought down at about the 28-yard line after a monumental run. And Tanner Wright had a phenomenal season this year. He's a senior who has, continued to impress as he has his entire tenure here at Southwestern. It's going to move the sticks, and Southwestern is going to move with some pace. They want to get back to the line and run a play here.
It was a 45-yard gain that time by Wright, just hit the hole. And there was no one at the line, and good job there by Ashton Garland to chase him down and force him to be tackled by another teammate there.
Yeah, all Garland's done is run for his life on offense, too, because he's the one playing QB1. So he's pulling double duty tonight. So.
He's shouldering a heavy load
Yes,
tonight.
he is. Shotgun formation, Wright with Oliver in the backfield. That was fake to hand off to Walden, and South Laurel snuffed that out. So it's going to be a QB sack. Nice defensive play. Is that 19? Yeah, 19 for South Laurel. It's Jackson Hammock, 6 foot, 216-pound senior. Hammock just wasn't fooled. They were hoping that jet sweep fake would fake the defense and Oliver could run up the middle, but nothing doing on that play. It's going to set up second and about 15. Southwestern looking for the play call.
Those are the kind of plays that South coach is going to want to see, and good things to go over during film.
Shotgun snap. Oliver rolls right. He's looking at Bolin. He's going to throw to Bolin. Bolin's going to catch that ball and stiff arm a defender, juke a defender, and he's going to be down to about the 15-yard line. It's going to be a first down. It's going to be a Remax Lake Time Realty first down inside the Rick Barker red zone for Southwestern. And so they start on their own 20. They're down inside the opponent's 20 just like that. Like you said, racking up the yardage. And I see receivers all around. Blake Bolin, Caden Hewitt, Caden Cunningham. Still looking for a play call. Tanner Wright in the backfield alongside Oliver. Oliver in the gun. Oliver with the snap. He fakes the handoff, throws a quick one over to Hewitt. Hewitt is tackled at the 10. Nice hands by Caden Hewitt.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting the quick passing game going with him. They don't really want to, keep a pocket for him to stand in. Just a lot of quick passes, rollouts, design, stuff like that to kind of get the ball out quick is what this Warriors offense is trying to run through.
Yeah, spread that defense out, keep them from packing the box. Shotgun snap is kind of a scoop toss to Wright. Wright's going to go to the corner, and he's going to score a touchdown. 10-yard touchdown run from Tanner Wright as time expires in the first quarter. It's going to extend the lead to 34-0 in the first quarter here. So Southwestern just, doing what they want to do tonight. See a lot of dancing on the sideline as has been earned early in this one.
Yeah, and I've watched, and I've not seen Tanner Wright play since he was a freshman, but even back then he played like an upperclassman, and now the fact that he is a senior, he is dominant. It's in every way.
Caleb Moore with the extra point attempt. Up, and it is good. That extends the lead to 35-0 at the end of one on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
Keeping stats and the correct score is important to players, coaches, and fans. The same could be said about keeping your taxes and finances in order. For over 26 years, Randall D. Turpin CPA has been doing just that. If accounting is not your thing, then let the pros at Randall D. Turpin CPA do it for you. Proud sponsor of the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard, located on Parkers Mill Road in Somerset.
Hey kids, it's Moolah Moose Club time. At Citizens National Bank, we pay for excellent grades. Citizens National Bank will put $1 into your Moolah Moose account up to $10 per grading period. Ask your parent or guardian to bring you to any Citizens National Bank location to open your Moolah Moose savings account and let us reward you for your hard work. Join the Moolah Moose Savings Club only at Citizens National Bank. Moving forward together, member FDIC.
Good evening. This is Barry Turner. On behalf of our agents and as owners of Turner Realty Group, Tawana and I are excited to announce that we have become RE/MAX Lake Time Realty. Like we've always said, who you work with matters and who you partner with to grow your agency matters. When the opportunity came to partner as a RE/MAX franchisee in the Lake Cumberland area, we realized their core values align with what made Turner Realty Group so successful. RE/MAX Lake Time Realty, 44 Office Park Drive, between lots 21 and 22. Each office independently owned and operated.
Okay, we're back at the reservation for another Tim Spears Realtor kickoff. Caleb Moore set to kick it off. Warriors lead 35-0. Big boot to the football. It's going to be fielded at about the one. It's going to push him back. It's going to call it a touchback. So number 9 Bundy catches that. Probably should have let that one go, but end result's the same. And looks like first team D is still coming out. I see Hibbard and Hutchinson. So Southwestern keeping the first stringers in, at least for now, second quarter, and up big early in this one.
Absolutely. You know, they could have went for 2 there, and we could have been on accelerated clock throughout the rest of this game. It is 36, right, that they want to get to the accelerated clock for the running clock.
I believe so.
A little bit curious. Maybe they just want the night to last a little bit longer, but the next touchdown regardless.
Yeah, again, they're working on stuff, so no hurry to get to that point.
South Laurel coming out now with 4 wide, 2 at each side.
Garland still at QB. And Elza back in the backfield. Incomplete pass. Closest receiver in the vicinity was Gage Larkey.
Yeah, he was looking for Larkey there. Looks like a bit of a miscommunication there. Again, pressured out of the pocket. Just kind of trying to get the ball out, and Larkey was not on the same page with Garland there. Garland 2 of 7 now, just 17 yards passing. Doing a little better on the ground. He's got 14 yards on 4 carries. Whoa! Ran into his own player there in the backfield. He's going to look deep.
Garland, incomplete pass. That pass was almost reeled in by number 18, Garrison Brown. But, I mean, that was a freshman, but that would have been a phenomenal catch if Brown could have reeled that in. It was a little bit behind him. Nice design to play. We just weren't able to complete that.
Yeah, Bundy was running deep with the safety Mason Hibbard there. That's where he was initially looking. He eventually did throw it underneath there. Unable to make the catch, though.
Full receiver set, as we've seen most of the night for the Cardinals. As their offensive numbers would suggest, they are a passing team. That's what they want to do. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Garland takes the shotgun snap. He throws left in a bubble screen and just incomplete. Got to be careful with those kind of passes, because if they're behind the line of scrimmage, that's a fumble.
Of course, and I think the way if it's backwards behind the line of scrimmage is when it becomes a fumble, like a lateral or backwards.
Right. But it was close. It was in that vicinity where you just got to be careful, because
you just got to make sure you square your shoulders up and actually try to force it, kind of at an angle.
So that was an incredibly quick 3 and out if they didn't indeed punt. It looks like what South Laurel was going to do. So number 87, Tyler Reynolds back, set to punt, and Christian Walden at the 50, set to receive. Cardinal running on late.
Let's see if they can get a block. Oh, very close.
Decent punt, and that's going to be touchdown by Cardinal right past the 50 on the Southwestern 49-yard line. Well, they'll take over. And, again, looks like, first-string offense. You mentioned that next score will put that clock on running clock. And
50-yard line.
See how long it takes this Warrior offense to get there.
I mean, we're 1 quarter in. It could have been running clock literally at the end of the first quarter, which is incredible. It speaks volumes to the Southwestern offense and, unfortunately, to the South Laurel team as well. Just really unable to move the ball, unable to stop the Warriors from moving the ball.
Yeah, it's just an undermanned team on the Cardinals' end, and Southwestern having a really phenomenal season. And they're stout, number 5 overall in RPI and 5A, and they're a force to be reckoned with. And they're Colin Burton in at QB. He's going to throw a ball fairly deep, but it's underthrown, and Blake Boland has to try to come back. And so it's an incomplete pass, but if that one had been thrown online, that was an easy TD for Blake Boland.
Yeah, pretty good coverage there, actually, by Garland. The quarterback pulling double duty there on defense, and the secondary did a great job to streak back there and play good coverage. A little bit underthrown. He could have had him beat, but also nearly intercepted where it was underthrown.
Yeah, Boland doing a good job on defense, actually, in that play. But Boland's a senior. I'd love to see him get the end zone right here because, again, senior night would be a nice cap for him. Christian Walden takes the handoff. He's going to go left. He's going to stiff arm an opponent, and now it's going to be 2-3 Cardinals are going to bring him down. Gained about 3 or 4 if they give him forward progress there. But Walden runs hard, and you got to see that on display right there.
Yeah, not a tall kid by any standard. I'm not sure of his exact height, but, man, he just runs with it.
Yeah, 29. Christian Walden is 5'9", 165 pounds.
I think they're being a little generous with the 5'9". I'm not sure, but
he runs like he's about 210.
Yeah.
He runs with some determination is about the best way I can put it. He's a tough young man to tackle.
Is this the first third down that the Warriors offense has faced tonight?
It is very possible. There was one game this year, Adam Bray, that Southwestern didn't run a third down all night. Shotgun formation. Burton hands the ball off to Braxton Walters. Walters runs right. He comes back left, runs right into number 60 for South Laurel. It's TJ Francione, and Francione's able to get him down, but not until after Walters gets the first down for Southwestern. That's a Remax Lake Time Realty first down.
Yeah, it's a great job there that time. Just kind of went from one end of the field back, scooped it right to the middle again, and almost looked like he would get hemmed up there and not able to break the first down line, but he did.
Yeah, he was looking to run over a defender, and Francione did a good job wrapping him up. A lot of young football players now just want to put a hit on, and that just doesn't do it. But the defender did wrap him up, so good form tackle there by South Laurel. Burton in the shotgun formation. Walden beside him. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He's going to go quick to the left. That's Hewitt. And Hewitt looked to make a move before he reeled it in, so it's going to be off his hands, incomplete.
Incomplete will be second down.
Second down.
Yep, so utilizing Burton, his arm this drive. I think they're really just kind of trying to feel out, what each quarterback's got, what each set's got,
Burton has been injured the last couple of weeks. He started the season as the starting quarterback and I think had a hamstring issue going on, and so that's limited his opportunities in the last couple of weeks. But here he's in getting some reps right now. Shotgun snap is taken. Handoff to Walters. Walters knifing through the center of that defense. Gains about 7 yards and a good hard-nosed run from Braxton Walters. Walters is a lot of young man. He is 6'2", 185, sophomore. So that's a name that, folks, you're going to get familiar with over the next couple seasons, and honestly, the latter half of this season.
He's a pretty big cat. It looks like they got him in the backfield some, maybe lined up at H receiver a few plays, trying to utilize him as much as they can.
And he's a young man, starts at linebacker too. He was ineligible when the season started, so he missed about the first half of this season, but he's coming on like gangbusters. Burton in the gun. Walden in motion, going to go left. Burton looking deep. Going to throw to Hewitt across the center, and that pass was pretty well defended. It looked like number 29, Bradley Elza, kind of stepped back in coverage from that linebacker position and put a mitt to the ball and knocked it down. So that was a ball that was thrown, I like to say, in the Brody Perkins zone. That's kind of right where that tight end would pick that off. That was a wide receiver drag route, I guess, and just wasn't able to connect it. But again, working on stuff. That's what we're seeing the Warriors do.
We are, and I think Burton's still yet to complete a pass. It's a 4th down now for Southwestern.
Hand off to, that's Colin Hibbard.
He didn't get it.
Colin Hibbard kind of tripped up there, and he's going to be short.
Well, this is something new.
He's going to turn the ball over on downs to South Laurel. And Southwestern's guys coming off the field look a little deflated, and it's hard to be deflated when you're up like you are 35-0. But, you know, they're working on stuff. They do not like to – they want to succeed every single drive, and that's one that they just weren't able to grab, and that's okay.
And I wonder, have they shuffled anybody else on the line? It looks like there's different people playing defensive line, so I think probably on offensive line.
Defensive line, we still have Goff, Leclerc. Now, Leclerc is at the nose now, and I've got 51 on the other side. That is Bradley Baker.
So a couple cleaner shirts out there.
That pass is completed, and for really no gain. Hutchinson pushes the young man out of bounds, but when he pushed him, he was inbounds, so clean play. That ball was caught by Garrison Brown.
Yeah, really not much doing there for him, but, you know, he got something good to say about the defense where they were able to force the big tackle for loss there last quarter, and then, of course, that 4-down stop.
Shotgun formation again for Garland, and looked like somebody got started early, but they're going to let them go. Garland runs, and J.J. Hutchinson just says, not on my side, you don't. Now we got a flag.
Hutchinson makes the stop.
Looked like there might have been a Warrior come in there a little late at the end of that one. We'll see what the call is.
And the officials doing a really good job tonight. Yeah, they're going to call targeting the head. Yeah. And I'm not sure exactly who they called that on, but I mean, those are the kind of fouls that you can't rack up, or you can risk ejections and suspensions. So
right, can be careful. Emphasizing player safety out there. Nothing wrong with that.
That's right, and when I was in high school, that was really a call that was not made a whole lot. I'll just say that.
The game's changed over the years. Yeah, you betcha.
For the better in most ways.
Garland in the gun, 4 receivers wide, 2 to each side. Garland going to roll right. Goff giving chase. Pump faking the pass. He's going to really kind of flip it up, and that proved to be pretty effective. The receiver there on that pitch and catch was Garrison Brown, 5'4", freshman. 12-yard gain and a flag.
And we do see a flag, so it may go against South Laurel. It looks like it does. Not sure what the call was exactly. I don't think we've actually officially gotten it yet. He was just talking to the coach to see what he wanted to do.
Well, we got a small pause. I was able to we have 3 seniors tonight, cheerleaders as well. And it looks like Kaylee Black and Kylie Jones and Elise Smitty. So I want to give a big shout out to those young ladies on senior night as well.
It was an illegal forward pass. It's not one you hear every game.
No, I'm assuming he maybe crossed the line of scrimmage before he did that, so can't do that. Trips left. Garland takes that snap low, but he gives that ball off to Elza, and Southwestern just not going to allow anything to happen there. At number 53, that's Coomer. We've called his name quite a bit on defense tonight. Coomer having a big night.
Yeah, he ran into a wall that time. I mean, the big blue wall, if you will, for the Warriors. Really good job. Solid job on offense and defense thus far. Of course, a little bit deflated, as you mentioned. The second offense out there unable to get the ball in the end zone, as the first offense had 5 times. Well, 4 times, I guess, one time the kickoff return. But, yeah, just been all Warriors thus far.
It absolutely has. Imposing their will. Southwestern's defensive coordinator Levi Rogers calling in signals. Man in motion coming across the set. Shotgun formation. Garland takes that snap, looks to throw, looks for a receiver, throws that ball deep, and intended receiver would have been Hunter Bundy, and Gallagher tried to make a play on it just beyond his big paw. Falls incomplete, going to be up 4th down and long, 4th and 16. And South Laurel just continue to have trouble getting anything going.
Yeah, 2 of 11 now by my count for Garland through the air. Just really tough. We don't have the time to throw, and you're always having to run and try to make the ball complete to your receiver when you're on the run. It's hard enough, but, I mean, just miscommunications, maybe drop balls. There was that one completion he did past the line of scrimmage. So, I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's just been tough sledding for him.
Yeah, it absolutely has been. A lot of credit to the Southwestern D, just putting pressure on, not giving them enough time to really think or breathe back there. Another punt from South Laurel. Nice punt there. Walden still back taking punts. Is he going to field this one? Looks like he is. He's going to go left and not get past that initial wave, so he's going to be down at about the 26-yard line.
I think that was Elza there, Bradley Elza, able to latch onto that jersey and not give up and unable to get away.
In first string, it looks like offensive line. You were asking about that last drive. I don't see any new players out there just yet.
We got 60. We got 55.
Braden Myers, Cooper Garman. And you see Colin Burton trotting back out, QB number 4. That's Burton. And so he's coming out for another series. We're going to have Cunningham and Perkins out wide left, and Hibbard and I think that's Walden going to go across in his handoff to Walden. He's going to come on left on the jet sweep. He's going to go back right. He's going to be tackled after about a 17-yard gain.
Just a great time there on that little jet sweep.
Another Remax Lake Time Realty first down for Southwestern. And Southwestern again doing their own version of the hurry-up offense. They've not huddled at all tonight. I don't think either team has huddled at all tonight.
They get their calls from the sidelines.
Cunningham and Perkins again on the left. Walden and Hibbard out to the right. Burton's looking left. He's going to throw deep left. Cunningham comes across and back to it and catches that ball and fights it away, and he's still fighting for more yardage. Down at about the 11-yard line, Caden Cunningham making a really nice play on that reception.
That was airtight coverage there. A little bit of hand fighting from him and the defender there, but just an excellent job. And it's tough to see from our angle, but the way he caught that, he may only have that one hand to make it.
Yeah,
he gives a little flex to the sideline.
Yeah, really nice athletic play by Cunningham. We've seen him do that several times this season. He's a young man that Coach was high on at the beginning of the year. Played well, has earned the praise from Coach Jason Foley.
I didn't get the exact yardage on that.
I didn't either. It sets him up for a first down inside the Rick Barker red zone here. Colin Burton back in the shotgun formation is going to look right. He's going to throw to Brody Perkins right outside the outstretched arms of Perkins. Perkins dives and just can't pull it in. Brodog, as Josh McKinney likes to refer to Brody Perkins. Brody Perkins got a lot of skills there at the tight end position. Got a big body. Getting a lot of looks at the next level, and rightfully so.
I'm just going to guesstimate that was about 35 or so yards, or maybe 30.
We can go with that.
On that big play to Caden Cunningham. So that'll give him 53 yards receiving on the night with 2 catches. And prior to that, that was Colin Burton's first completion.
So Burton in the gun, Walden and Tanner Wright to his side. Hand off to Walden. Walden goes right, comes back left, and he's just breaking through the tackle, refusing to go down. Down at about the 4-yard line now is Walden's going to bring up third down and short.
Yeah, just kept those legs churning. Hard to bring down, low center of gravity.
Yeah, 165 pounds. He runs bigger than that.
Mm-hmm. And I'm 6'2" at 155 pounds. So I mean that tells you something. I'm just kind of a string bean, but he packs a punch.
Looking over at the play again, knocking on the door here for another score. Burton in the gun, Perkins and Cunningham outright. Hibbert on the left, split out. He's going to go quick to Perkins. No, Cunningham on the bubble screen. And Southall kind of all over that, tackled by about 3 Cardinals. Coming off the bottom of the stack for Southall, looks like number 2, Liam Newton, unless I'm seeing that wrong. Nope, that's Newton.
Yeah, unable to get that ball in the end zone like they wanted to on that play. Of course, the next score will indeed get that accelerated clock going. So they're getting the stuff ready for homecoming.
Indeed. 4th down. You hear the PA asking the crowd to make some noise. Burton in the gun. Cunningham out left. Hibbard and Walden out right. Hand off to Tanner Wright. Tanner Wright just waltzes into the end zone for a touchdown. It's going to extend the Warrior lead.
Yeah, the offense able to create that hole up front, and Tanner Wright, senior on senior night, there's another touchdown for him.
Kayla Moore in for the PAT attempt. Burton on the hold. Little extracurricular there at the end of that touchdown. No flags.
A trio of touchdowns for Tanner Wright thus far. Still doesn't have 100 yards rush. I mean, he only has 4 carries.
Right. Just making the most of his opportunities. PA attempt up, and from this angle, yes, good. That extends the lead 42-0 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. 5:17 on the clock. Southwestern up early and big in this one.
The name to know when you or your friends and family are buying or selling real estate is Ron Shaw with Weichert Realtors, Ford Brothers. Ron has a long-standing history of community service and is a proud supporter of youth sports in the Lake Cumberland area. Ron truly cares for others and works hard for all of his clients, no matter the size or value of the property they're selling. You can contact Ron Shaw at 606-271-0774 or email him at ronshaw45@gmail.com. That's Ron Shaw at Weichert Realtors, Ford Brothers. And Susan Hansford believes that just like in a ball game, everyone needs a coach in the important events in their life. Having a great realtor when purchasing a home or property makes all the difference in the outcome of the transaction. Susan Hansford will guide you through the transaction so you can appreciate the journey through the real estate process. Call Susan Hansford today at 606-219-3276 to begin your journey.
Looks like a quick update. LCA and Somerset High School.
I don't want to hear this.
End of first, 14-0 over the Jumpers.
Well, that's not as bad as I thought it would be. They said the end of the first?
End of the first, 14-0 lead.
Good job, Somerset, for not giving up 4 scores in the first quarter. That's all I got to say there. I'm a Somerset guy, and they started off pretty hot this season, but 4-4 now.
Big kick from Caleb Moore. Going to be taken at about the 14-yard line by Ezra. And doesn't get very far, back to the 22-23. And I see a few new players. Logan Haynes trots out there on the field. And I'll try to call out these new Warriors as I see them as best I can, folks. Caden Hewitt is stepping out on the defensive side. I don't think we've seen him play defense yet this season, at least not tonight, but he's out there now. Corey Wing coming off the field. He's on the kickoff there. He's a young freshman that's a contributor on this Warrior squad. Trying to focus on the new guys as they come in.
You know, honestly, this Warriors team doesn't have a ton of people on the roster, doesn't look like.
No, they don't. They have fewer that have to play both ways, and that helps.
Mm-hmm.
Garland rolls right, throws right, just outside of the outstretched arm of the freshman who's played a decent game for South Laurel, Garrison Brown.
Yep, 2 of 12 now for Garland, just really unable to get any kind of mojo cooking and consistently moving.
Yeah, that pressure of Southwestern has just been relentless.
And, of course, he's not the normal guy. Bo Smith, number 11, we don't see in action tonight. I'm not sure if he's made the trip, if he's hurt. But obviously not getting the snaps.
Quick pass over to Bundy. Bundy just can't reel it in. It's going to be incomplete. Bundy looking to make a move before he reeled it in. He had some open field, too. It's almost like a blown coverage there. But nothing doing.
Yeah, a little quick screen there. Had it. It hit him right in the chest. It's almost like he had it and then just kind of like threw it back.
Yeah, he was trying to go before he actually reeled it in, and can't do that.
Mm-mm. And I played. I was listed as a wide receiver on the roster when I did play for Somerset. Never really saw much action. Saw a little bit of defensive action, in blowouts. But yeah, just a tough game this time for South Laurel. Maybe some freshmen, sophomores going to be seeing some action for both of these teams here soon.
Ron Shaw Realtor timeout here for South Laurel. They're going to talk about it. Again, Southwestern leads this one 42-0. 3:19 on the clock here on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
Call Big Blue Septic Service for your septic tank servicing and portable toilet rentals. When you got to go Big Blue. That's 606-451-3000, 606-451-3000. And they'll have our Big Blue Septic Service lineman of the game at the end of this game. Thank you very much.
Southwestern moving a couple new bodies in during that break. Colton Goff came in to spell Canyon Taylor. That may just be the one. I said two. It's like Colin Hibbard's in, but Colin Hibbard plays a lot of linebacker, so he's not a new body. But hadn't mentioned number 8. South Laurel breaks out of that timeout, and they're going to be two receivers to the right, one out left, and H-back going to fake the handoff. Garland running for his life as he has all night, and he's going to be sacked. Ben Coomer, another big defensive play from Coomer. Coomer just has speed, and he can get you there on the edge.
He really does, and yeah, I mean, that time was kind of a crafty move there out of the pocket with a fake, and he almost did like a spin move rolling out, but I mean, just the speed by the Southwestern Warriors, able to close in and not allow anything, and give a negative 1 yard rush there on the quarterback keeper.
Kelly coming off the field, and Bradley Baker back in on that defensive front. He's on the left end, defensive end position. Three receivers out to the left for the Cardinals. Elza comes in tight end on this formation. Rolls left is the QB. He wants to throw it.
Yep.
He gets it out of his hands, and that ball is caught.
Yep, they're going to move the sticks. That's a good job.
Gage Larkey, I believe, was the receiver. He's going to get a first down.
Yeah, really good job there. I mean, again, pressured, had guys in his face, pretty good coverage downfield, just able to square those shoulders back. I mean, he's running around like, a chicken with his head cut off, but he's making the most of it.
And nice catch by Larkey as well. That was kind of a busted handoff, and oh my goodness. Colin Hibbard puts a big boy hit on
and he's shaking up
the running back, and it didn't look like anything malicious, but it was a football play. He was trying to reel that ball in, and Hibbard,
his body is just twice the size, and oh man, they're attending to him there at midfield. Hopefully he's just shaking up and can walk it off. But yeah, just a big hit there. Conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger, Magic Monograms is the place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook. Search Magic Monograms and Embroidery. And next week, be sure to watch our Buffalo Wings and Rings video game of the week on Lake Cumberland Sports. Our next video broadcast will be the Pulaski County Maroons coming over here to the reservation to face the red-hot Southwestern Warriors. Going to move to 8-0 at the end of this night, barring anything miraculous. Coming back from the Cardinals. Going to be a heck of a game, so be sure to catch it. Buffalo Wings and Rings. Wings created your way, and always fresh, never frozen burgers.
And one thing is for sure, there's never a bad time to visit Buffalo Wings and Rings. They've got all the TVs in there, and they've got the TVs that can be merged into one big TV. And
listen, I don't have any streaming, I don't have any cable or anything like that, and there's some really good football games coming up this weekend that I might want to go catch. They got the Bills and the Chiefs. I might have to find an excuse to go there at 4 o'clock. And go catch that Sunday.
Well, the food is enough excuse for me.
Yep.
They've got excellent food all around that menu. But you're right there. Bills and Chiefs game should be a dandy.
Mm-hmm. That one, and of course we got Tennessee and Alabama. Tennessee looking for its first win in 15 years. They got a good shot with Bryce Young being injured. Tennessee playing red-hot football. Of course, Kentucky last week, Somerset's own Kaya Sharon was able to put his talents on display. I think he did a pretty solid job. Unfortunately, the team around him kind of struggled. The play calling a little bit, but I think he held his own and did a pretty good job.
Listen, Adam Bray, I want to say thank you for bringing that up because let me say this. And I graduated from Somerset, but I work in Pulaski County and I cover the Warriors. Kaya Sharon did a phenomenal job. And I think he brought a community together. I mean, everybody in Somerset, Kentucky was pulling for that young man, and he didn't do anything but help his cause. Like, he threw a top ball. He did great. I think that they had the offense kind of vanilla, and I don't think that did Sharon any favors.
I mean, the first play, the fumble, it's just like, what do you, the script's out the window.
That was not on Sharon. He did a great job. So if you're listening, I'm sure you're not, but you did a phenomenal job, and you made the whole community proud. Everybody rallied around you. In a time where our society, we like to fight with each other, that brought us together, and that was awesome.
Amen. As South Laurel's got a 2nd and 10 now to face.
Shotgun formation, Garland back there, 2 receivers to each side of the line. That's just a busted handoff, and Garland does a great job to get back on top of it. Jadon Washington there to put his hand on Garland. But Garland is he's going to need an ice bath at the end of this one. Because
he's their team MVP. He's doing it all.
Unquestionably, yeah, absolutely.
He's doing. I mean, he just so much hustle, so much grit. I mean, he saved the tackle saved the touchdown on the Tanner Wright play. He's broken up some passes. He's done a really good job on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, he really has. He's been a diehard competitor out there. he gets a hoorah from us for sure.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure what they'll count that, if they counted his losses for his rushing yards where he had to recover that fumble. But, I mean, the stats really don't matter when you're getting the ball back for your team. But 3rd and long now for the Cardinals.
Blitz on that right-hand side of the D from Colin Hibbert. No. And Garland's going to give a juke move, but he's not going to get away from Coomer. Again, Coomer, another sack.
Good sportsmanship there to help him up there. I mean, he did a great job. He ran into 3 Warriors that were completely unblocked. He made one miss, and it's just like, well, what am I going to do to the other 2 guys? They got me.
So Coomer making a solid pitch for a defensive player of the game in this one. And, again, this one's gotten out of hand already, but he's been a name we've called a whole lot early in this one. There was a flag on the play. Pink flag, a little harder to see.
Yeah, I did see it laying on the floor, but I've seen a couple of yellow ones too. I was kind of wondering maybe if that was just like a garment of some sort, but I guess it is a flag. And
I think they're waving the flag off, I think.
Okay. Well, we have reached halftime if they are indeed going to let the clock. Well, there's 2 seconds left they put back on the board.
Okay, looks like timeout. South Laurel, Ron Shaw Realtor timeout. It looks like I think they're 3rd of the first half, so they're out of timeouts. They're going to discuss, I guess, how they want to end this first half here.
Yep.
Down 42-0. Southwestern just up big, up early. Here on homecoming night, senior night, and we're getting set for the festivities. I've got the court, as was shared with me from one of the staff members over at Southwestern. Appreciate that. Coach Foley helped me reel that in this afternoon. And big night for the seniors here on senior night.
We got the homecoming. I mean, a very important night. When I was a senior, I got to be an escort for homecoming, and I also played in the band. It's just a great night for these kids.
Shotgun snap, 2 seconds left. Garland's going to roll left. He's got given pursuit by Jadon Washington. He's going to get reeled in by Coomer. Coomer again with the sack.
So, yeah, Coomer really just making his case. That extra play really provided nothing for the Cardinals, but it gave a little bit more ammunition for him to be the defensive player of the game if he keeps playing this way. We may not see him all that much in the second half, but we'll see.
Before we get started on the Susan Hansford halftime report, we're going to step away and get a commercial in. Again, thanks for joining us here on Toyota of Somerset High School football on Lake Cumberland Sports.
Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been serving and supporting our local communities. We want you to know that we are here for you and your family. Someone you can trust. Someone you can count on, now and for the better days to come. Trusted, loyal, dedicated, helpful, and consistent. Toyota of Somerset. Come see us or visit us online at toyotaofsomerset.com.
We, the people of this great land, are resilient and will get through this. And buying and selling is the real stimulus. Land and real estate are the premium investments, and they're not just making any more land. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we'll get you the most for your property with live, online, and multi-parcel auctions. Selling farms, homes, developments, and commercial properties for top dollar. Give us a call or online at FordBrothersInc.com.
Most accidents and breakdowns happen close to home. You know who else is close to home? Tire Pros. With our 24/7 roadside assistance, we're always there for you. And our team of trained and certified technicians can repair your brakes, transmission, electrical, and more. Looking for tires? Shopping online is fast and easy. Choose from our huge selection of name brand tires, then schedule an appointment to have them professionally installed at a time that's convenient for you. Hassle-free, guaranteed. Tire Pros. We're here for you.
I'm Michael Laxton, President and CEO of United Cumberland Bank. At UCB, we know that being involved in the community is really important, and the Chamber is just one of the ways that we do that. We do outreach through the schools. Specifically, we love local sports programs, helped out with several playgrounds across our markets. Any way we can help in the community and get involved, we try to be involved in all of our communities and markets. Our customers are our neighbors too. As a community bank, we want to be part of the community.
Out here in the real world, we've spent too much time waiting around and wondering if we'll ever get to be what we really want to be. Now it's time to move forward. And with a little help from Somerset Community College, you can finish that degree or start a whole new life as an IT VIP, a healthcare hero, and more. In less time and for less money than you think. The time is now. The place is here. Never underestimate you.
Welcome back to the reservation here at Susan Hansford halftime report here on Lake Cumberland Sports. Susan Hansford believes, just like in a ball game, everyone needs a coach in the important events in life. Having a great realtor when purchasing a home or property makes all the difference in the outcome of the transaction. Susan Hansford will guide you through that transaction so you can appreciate the journey through the real estate process. Call Susan Hansford today at 606-219-3276 to begin your journey. And Adam, again, been all Southwestern all night early, and we're getting set for homecoming festivities. But you got some numbers you want to run down here for us, or?
They're pretty. They're an estimate, but I got them for South Laurel. We'll go ahead and start with them. There's not a whole lot to say as far as offensive statistics go for them, but Garland through the air, 3 of 13. He's got himself 17 yards passing, so not really done a whole lot through the air. On the ground, Garland has 6 carries for 13 yards. I've tried not to factor in the sacks and the loss of yardage. Just as far as yardage gained, and maybe if he tucked it and ran and lost yardage, I did count that. So, 6 carries for him, 13 yards gained. Bradley Elza, number 29, he's got 5 carries for 4 yards, so he's averaging less than a yard per carry. Receiving for them, they got Garrison Brown. He's got a catch for no yards. Hunter Bundy's got 1 catch for 13 yards, and Larkey has a catch for 4 yards. So really struggling on offense. But if we go to Southwestern, we look at player who started the game, Roger Oliver. He's got 6 completions on 7 attempts for 88 yards and a score. His night may be done. We're not exactly sure, but they did put Colin Burton in, who at the intermission has two passing completions out of 5 attempts for, I believe that is, oh, thank you. We just got some candy. We got some Fix'ems. This is really good. I'm liking this. But 75 yards total. A couple big plays there he was able to complete. And on the ground, Tanner Wright, not a whole lot of carries, which is probably the smart move from them, but he does have 3 touchdowns. So 4 touches, 88 yards, and 3 scores for Tanner Wright. Very efficient night for him. Not going to jump off the stat sheet as far as yardage goes, but you'll take 3 touchdowns and 88 yards. Ain't too shabby either. Christian Walden also has a touchdown. He's got 4 carries for 42 yards, and that score came at 7:07 in the first quarter. And Walters has 2 catches for 15 yards. Let's see. I'm trying to see their receiving stats here. Okay, yeah. Mason Hibbert did have that touchdown, 1 reception for 38 yards. It's a good job for him. Caden Cunningham, 2 receptions for 53 yards. And Walden had 1 catch for 12 yards. Hewitt, 4 catches, 11 yards. And Bolin with 1 catch for 17 yards. And my numbers are probably a little bit off. It's kind of a little bit difficult to do stats, and you do a really good job at it. I'm not so good. I'm a bit rusty. It's been a long time since I've done stats and called games, 4 years or so since I've been in the booth doing this with any regularity. But it's just, I want to say it's just been a really great opportunity, and I really appreciate Lake Cumberland Sports for allowing me this opportunity.
We're glad to have you, Adam Bray. And listen, I have an app machine that I use on the iPad, but it took me a while to get that down, and it's still a struggle from time to time, but I appreciate the compliment. We got homecoming going on here. I'm going to go down our freshman nominees. Ellie Weddle, who is escorted by Corey Wing. They've already came through the arch. Emma Sear is escorted by Caden Daughtry. Sophomore nominees, Kinsley Coffey, escorted by Colton Smith. Lexi Wing, escorted by Blake Bradshaw. Junior nominees, Sally Phillips, escorted by Adam, I'm going to mispronounce this, Piontek. Junior nominee, Summer Roberts, escorted by Matthew Bryant. And then our senior nominees, Allie Albert, escorted by Tanner Wright, who just came through. Haley Flynn, now being escorted by Jack Wilson, who's coming through the archway right now. Elise Smitty, escorted by Gabe Nazario. They're getting ready to come through. Corrine Souders, escorted by Dakota Sadler. Kylie Tucker, escorted by Caden Hewitt. Lauren Tyler, escorted by Brody Perkins. Cameron Young, escorted by Ben Howard, and Katie Young, escorted by Braden Morrow. So that's the court. We're going to, I guess, anxiously anticipate who is crowned homecoming queen here in moments away. Several of our football players are pulling double duty tonight, playing football and escorting the young ladies.
I don't think I've ever seen that. I went to Somerset, and I've been to homecomings at PC, and I don't think that they bring out the players for that. It's kind of cool, and I guess when you're up 42-0, really halftime adjustments aren't necessarily need to be made for the players that maybe want to escort a little girl out onto the field. Got Tanner Wright, of course, who was one of them. He may not see a whole lot more action tonight. Did a great job, 4 touches. 3 touchdowns. So, yeah, this is pretty interesting to see it like this.
I think it's cool. I really do. And it's a big moment for these young ladies that were nominated by their peers, and it is super cool. Corey Wing, number 33, out there is a freshman. I do anticipate we'll see him playing probably both sides of the football here in the second half. Young, bright player, bright future for the Southwestern Warriors.
There's Caden Hewitt right there at the arch. He's an escort as well. And also at Somerset, it's just seniors that are on the court. I've never seen underclassmen and juniors represented on a homecoming court, but I do think that's quite nice too for those young ladies.
Criminal psychology. Lauren is being escorted by Brody Perkins.
Big Brody Perkins. I'll retell a story that was told a little earlier in the season. Brody was out at a volleyball game and got to do some announcing over the PA, and he was really super nervous about that. I was talking to Josh McKinney about it, but the young man knocked it out of the park, did a great job, and a big bright future for Brody Perkins. I'm not sure if he's going into communications. I'm not really sure about that, but he did a great job.
It's kind of the same thing that happened with Absher, the guy who does Somerset's announcements. He said that when he was in middle school, actually, he was kind of, when he went to Science Hill, was kind of thrust into announcing, I think it was a girls' basketball game, and he was very nervous. And he said he did a great job, and he kind of never looked back. Now he's been doing, I think he said 17 years now at Somerset doing the announcing for them. So he may have a career in that someday if he wants to do that on Friday nights here for the Warriors.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Mm-hmm. And I think that is everybody, isn't it? We'll see.
I believe so. That was Kaylee Young, escorted by Braden Morrow there. Last one coming through.
Let's see who
and last year's
Her Highness will be.
Allison Taylor.
Got last year's queen, ready to coronate 2022s.
Second runner-up is Kaylee Flynn.
Second runner-up is
Haley Flynn. Sorry about that.
Haley Flynn.
Okay, this is Kaylee again. So is it Kaylee?
I think it's Haley. I believe there's a Kaylee and a Haley, but this is Haley Flynn coming out here as the second runner-up. We have one young lady that's already started coming out. I'm not sure if she's committed a false start or what, but she left her escort behind. What's the escort doing?
I don't know. He's kind of underdressed compared to some of the other
she's going to
guys.
hand the flowers off. Okay, I see.
Okay.
That's maybe what the underclassmen are doing. Okay. We're a little slow.
Yep.
Please forgive us. All this pageantry's new.
First runner-up,
Congratulations to Haley Flynn.
Kylie Tucker.
And you heard first runner-up, Kylie Tucker. And another one of the underclassmen are going to come up to hand off the bouquet.
Of course, she's escorted there by Caden Hewitt. Really nice moment for these ladies. Something they'll remember for a long time coming.
Super cool. I think Kylie Tucker is a standout volleyball player on the volleyball team.
Southwestern High School football homecoming queen is Corinne Souter.
The crowd erupts.
Corinne Souders. I said Corrine. I probably mispronounced that, but getting the homecoming queen, escorted by Dakota Sadler. That young man went to elementary school out at Nancy. Know him pretty well. Great young man.
Well, congratulations, Corinne. And to all the ladies that were able to participate in
Absolutely.
this. I mean, just the honor of being elected to the courts to represent your school on homecoming night.
Super, super cool.
It's special.
Mm-hmm. Mark Flynn putting the crown on the new queen. And the last year's queen handing over the bouquet.
Good photo opportunity coming up. Perhaps.
And Lake Cumberland Sports' own Nick Hibbard down there getting some pics of his own. Nick Hibbard does a great job for us here at Lake Cumberland Sports. And our official photography sponsor here on Lake Cumberland Sports, Don Franklin Family Dealerships. We want to thank them for being our official photography sponsor here on Lake Cumberland Sports. A lot of I will say this, district volleyball tournament's coming up. Lake Cumberland Sports going to have some coverage of that. Several young ladies on that court, I recognize their names from the volleyball. Kylie Tucker, Cameron Young, Kaylee Young. I want to wish certainly the Warriors luck as they begin district play on Monday night.
Girls sports around here really, I mean, they're really strong now. Somerset's girls soccer team advanced their first ever regional first ever regional tournament.
Yeah, regional final tomorrow here at Southwestern. I think at 1 o'clock is the ladies soccer. I saw that. The volleyball tournament, I think 6 o'clock on Monday night, Somerset will play, and then 8 o'clock, Somerset Christian will play, and potentially setting up a crosstown rivalry for district championship. We'll see how that plays out. And I believe the 47th district, Pulaski and Somerset, going to also be in action, I think, at Rock Castle. I don't have the times for those matchups, but Lake Cumberland Sports going to be bringing you that action as well. But I tell you what, I didn't know anything about volleyball. I still know very little. But volleyball is a very exciting sport to watch. I mean, it's really fast-paced. It's impressive. The young ladies that play, they are athletic, and they can get some things done. There's a lot of but multi-sport athletes that play volleyball, and I've been impressed. I mean, that's a sport that is fun to watch.
It takes a lot of coordination. I mean, I can remember playing it in gym class, in co-ed gym back in middle school and high school, and it was just a slog to play because no one really knew how to serve the ball unless they played, and no one really knew how to spike the ball even. You think it looks easy. You just go up there and spike it. But no, I mean, it's really not easy to keep that ball alive for your team. It's a mess to play whenever you're not a volleyball player, but watching those girls play, they do a really good job.
Well, and it's fast-paced, and it's just fun to watch. There's not a lot of downtime. It's really, really super cool. I've become a volleyball fan. I really never watched the game prior to this year. Watched a few. I've got an opportunity to call a few with Lake Cumberland Sports, and it's been exciting. So I'm a fan now for life. You've been listening to the Hansford Halftime Report here on Lake Cumberland Sports. Susan Hansford believes that just like in a ball game, everyone needs a coach in the important events in life. Having a great realtor when purchasing a home or property makes all the difference in the outcome of the transaction. Susan Hansford will guide you through that transaction so you can appreciate the journey through the real estate process. Call Susan Hansford today at 606-219-3276 to begin your journey. We're going to step out. We're going to hear from our sponsors. We'll move back here momentarily to bring you second half football action.
Rick Barker with Godby Realty and Auction. We are excited to be a part of presenting the 2022 high school football broadcast. At Godby Realty and Auction, we strive every day to offer you the top-notch, most professional real estate and auction service around. We were voted the 2022 top real estate and auction company by the Reader's Choice Awards. Give us a call today and let us serve your real estate and auction needs. Good luck to all our high school teams this season. We are proud of all of you.
Hi, I'm Michael Laxton, President and CEO of United Cumberland Bank. At UCB, we know that being involved in the community is really important, and the Chamber is just one of the ways that we do that. We do outreach through the schools. Specifically, we love local sports programs, help out with several playgrounds across our markets. Any way we can help in the community and get involved. We try to be involved in all of our communities and markets. Our customers are our neighbors too. As a community bank, we want to be part of the community.
Most accidents and breakdowns happen close to home. You know who else is close to home? Tire Pros. With our 24/7 roadside assistance, we're always there for you. And our team of trained and certified technicians can repair your brakes, transmission, electrical, and more. Looking for tires? Shopping online is fast and easy. Choose from our huge selection of name brand tires, then schedule an appointment to have them professionally installed at a time that's convenient for you. Hassle-free, guaranteed. Tire Pros. We're here.
Out here in the real world, we've spent too much time waiting around and wondering if we'll ever get to be what we really want to be. Now it's time to move forward. And with a little help from Somerset Community College, you can finish that degree or start a whole new life as an IT VIP, a healthcare hero, and more. In less time and for less money than you think. The time is now. The place is here. Never underestimate you.
House for sale.
Home for sale.
Home for sale.
Home for sale. Home for sale.
We've got a home.
Available now.
Looking for cash? Well, look no more. Alton Blakely's got cash. Is that cash, Daniel?
Yep.
And you're giving cash for cars?
Yep.
For real?
Yep.
Why not? Then on down to Alton Blakely, where selling your car is as easy as ABC. If you have a vehicle you'd like to sell or trade, it's fast and easy to get paid, and we'll give you top dollar. Visit Alton Blakely today. All the best since 1965.
Welcome back to Southwestern High School here at the reservation as Southwestern up big here at halftime, 42-0 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA score. We're about a minute away from second half football action. And if you're just joining us, it's been all Southwestern all evening, and we just crowned a homecoming queen here at Southwestern. To recap that action, that was it Corinne Souders that won that, escorted by Dakota Souders, so congratulations to that young lady. And we're still having a lot of photo opportunities down there on the track here, right outside the playing area. And a big night, big senior night for 17 seniors on the Southwestern Warrior football team. I'll recap those names. They are Blake Bowen, Elijah Haynes, Mason Hibbert, J.J. Hutchinson, Christian Kelly, Maddox Mink, Caleb Moore, Braden Myers, Brady Norfleet, Roger Oliver, Brody Perkins, Wyatt Stafford, Kenyon Taylor, Nathan Vanover, Tanner Wright, Jadon Washington, Nathan Gramling, and two of the managers, manager Madison Warren and manager Morgan Warren. Coach really wanted to thank those two young ladies for all their contributions. And hear the horn sound. We're set for second half action here. And second half, I saw Colin Burton out here throwing the football, so I expect to see him come out. I don't know how much more you'll see him play QB, because I do believe you're going to see JV players start to be in this one. Should be running clock, and the second half will probably go pretty quickly.
Absolutely. I mean, really, there's only been absolutely, and really, there's only been 3 players that have thrown the ball this year for Southwestern. So I don't know how much deeper their quarterback pocket goes. And I don't know if they're going to really try to just grab whoever and have them throw the ball. Probably a lot of handing off. I doubt we'll see much balls in the air, but we might.
I think Nish Patel is the JV quarterback. He's a young freshman that coach has been pretty high on, and we're set for second half action. You got Elijah Haynes. He's the backup kicker. He's a senior. Mm-hmm. So he's going to kick the ball off here on this Tim Spears Realtor kickoff here to start second half action. Big boot by Haynes. It's going to be fielded at the 21-yard line.
Larkey
runs left, and he gets met by Corey Wing, number 33, coming off the bottom of the stack, as well as Brody Perkins. Ben Coomer in on that as well.
Yeah, Ben Coomer flying around, and there he's going to go. He's going to check out, so he's not going to play, at least right now, on defense for Southwestern.
Okay, I see several new Warriors. To do our best to announce them. 16, Nathan Gramling in the game. He's a senior. 44, Thomas Daughtry out there as well. Logan Haynes, number 32. Another new Warrior out there. I think I see playing corner on the other side. Looks like 25, Valor Pennington.
I used to know Valor when he was a wee kid. It's kind of crazy to see him as a junior.
Rowan Pennington, his older brother, was a major contributor over here. He was a beast on the football field.
Yes, he was.
First snap, second half, Kenyon Taylor just eats him up in the backfield. That was number 5, the running back. New running back, Elijah Roark, a 5'11.5" freshman, and Kenyon Taylor, big beefy senior. You could just see physically, Kenyon just swallowed him up.
Yeah, negative 2 yards there for South Laurel. At this point, you're kind of just playing with pride. Running clock. See what you can do. Get the young guys out there. Get them some experience.
Shotgun formation. Hand off to same Cardinal, number 5, Elijah Roark. You heard some oohs and ahs. Tackle.
Got upended there. He is on his feet.
I think that might have been Logan Haynes on the tackle, number 32. Logan Haynes, 5'7", 165-pound sophomore.
Pretty solid run there up the gut. Good job by the front there for South Laurel. See if they can get in the end zone at some point. With a lot of fresh Southwestern players out there.
Shotgun formation here again. Handoff. Same running back, same result. Elijah Roark just nowhere to go. South Laurel, Adams just kind of seems content right here on this drive anyway, just to push the ball right the middle, and they're not going anywhere really positively, but not in any hurry. Well, they are getting back to the line of scrimmage, but I expected them to throw the ball, and they haven't. Going to get called for the
neutral zone infraction there.
Number 51 was the one that jumped, Bradley Baker. And I don't know if that's going to give them the first. It's going to put them right at the chain, I think. They're going to say first down.
That was a long 5 yards, but, go ahead and give it to them. And it says we got blue lights coming down on the field now. There's a shift in the coloration of the lights.
Well, the lights can dance around here.
They got the same deal going on at PC.
Shotgun snap, roll out to the right. And short pass, trying to lead Bundy, and Bundy it's just out of play. Bundy says, I can't get to that, my man.
I think he was kind of trying to lead him downfield a little bit, and I think he could have made a catch in bounds there, probably for a big gain if he would have sprung out of that, but he just not on the same page there as Garland.
You could see Garland kind of making some hand motions like run upfield, but Bundy just didn't get that signal in time to make anything happen. So second down and 10, move to find another down. Receivers out to the left, handoff to number 5, Elijah Roark, going to run left, get about 3. I cannot see who made the tackle, but there's several Warriors in on that.
Nice hard running there. He's got 4 carries all on this drive for actually 5 yards. So a couple of them went nowhere, but he's got himself positive yardage tonight. Now, I will see how many yardage they'll end up with. They had 9 yards rushing coming into this game total, including, loss of yardage on sacks and stuff. We'll see if they can add a little bit to that.
And they had given up like 1,700.
Yeah, 1,705 yards rushing. I think that's the most insane stat I've ever seen.
Shotgun snap, and Garland runs for his life, and there's just nothing happening.
There was more lost yardage until the flag came in. It looks like we might have a defensive penalty.
Yeah, Corey Wing and Bradley Baker on the stop, but we do have laundry on the field, so we'll have to let them sort that out. Looks like face mask on the defense.
Yeah, you never want to grasp the face mask like that.
Looks like that's incidental. Going to be a 5-yard variety. Number 68 is going to hustle in on the field. That is I don't have a 68. My apologies to you, young man.
Go get him.
Be 3rd and 5 for the Cardinals.
Yeah, he is over there. Let me take a look at my roster, see if there's anything different on it.
I've got several players on the roster without a number assigned, but I have no idea. 2 receivers out wide right. Garland with the shotgun. He's going to wind up and toss it deep, but it's beyond the deepest receiver. It's number 23. Gage Larkey. I'll say this, Garland is a senior, but Garland has an arm. He just overthrew his receiver several times tonight, but the young man can pitch the football.
Yeah, he can let it loose, and, really just not a lot of chance to see what he can do. It's either he's being pressured or I'm not sure really what's going on. He's got an arm, like you said, just pushes it a little bit too far whenever he sees his guys.
Yeah, I think the pressure has a lot to do with he's just not been able to get comfortable all night. He's ran for his life. And he's played both sides of the football.
Yep. I'm sure he's very tired. He doesn't look like it, though.
No, he is not. Bundy in motion. Going to go across the formation to the left. Cardinals going left to right this half. Screen pass is going to be complete, but Southwestern all over it. Only gains about 1 yard. Looks like it's going to be turnover on downs. And so Southwestern's kind of second unit defense able to hold, and offensively trotting back out there. Offensive line looks like first string. I see Coomer that's going to be out there, and he's probably going to be on that offensive line, which is, impressive.
Yep, so they brought out Oliver again, like you said, first string. Not sure if there's any other people that are.
Yeah, Perkins at receiver, Walters at receiver, Vanover at receiver, and then number 19, Zachary Hutchinson. And run by Wing left. He gets about a gain of about 6. Corey Wing, the freshman, young, bright future running back for Southwestern.
I can remember some years ago watching a trio of freshman running backs that were really positively influencing Southwestern, and hopefully they can get another nice crop of backs to go forward.
So handoff to Walters. Walters with a long stride. Looks like he takes about 3 steps and gains about 8 yards. Just kind of big, tall young man. Makes a lot of distance with each step he takes. So another first down. A Remax Lake Time Realty first down. Southwestern piling on the Citizens National Bank touchdowns tonight. Number 19 there close to our side, Zachary Hutchinson, younger brother of J.J. Hutchinson.
And he's open, and he's looking for a pass. Oh, and there's a flag.
Flag on the play.
Gets helped up there. Yeah, really, that was Garland there who's going to get flagged for the pass interference. He was beat, did the right thing there at that point. Just unless you can get your head turned around and think you can make a play on the ball, putting the hit on the receiver, it's probably the right play.
Yeah, what I was going to say about Hutchinson, though, really impressive athlete, 2-sport athlete. I know he may play more. I know he plays basketball as well. But Hutchinson, just a freshman, 6'3", 175-pound freshman. Big brother JJ is graduating, but the Hutchinson name's not going anywhere because Zachary's going to make a name for himself here on Friday Night Lights here. Really bright future for him.
Yeah, not built like a freshman for sure. He's the tallest kid on the field right now. I mean, maybe barring one of the linemen, I think he still maybe has a half inch over everybody there too.
Yeah, impressive looking athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Brody Perkins out wide. Vanover on his side as well. Walters and Zachary Hutchinson on the other side. Wing in the backfield with Oliver. Handoff to Vanover. He goes right, cuts back to the middle of the field. Still going. Looks like he's gained about 7, 8. Maybe 9 before all said and done. Vanover making a positive play there.
Getting a lot of different Warriors into the mix now. Stat-keeping hands are frenzied.
They are getting a workout.
Mm-hmm.
Oliver in the gun, as he has been all night when he's been in the game. Wing in the backfield. Fake to wing. Quick pitch to Brody Perkins.
There's 6.
Easy pitch and catch for the big bro dog, Brody Perkins. Perkins in the end zone. Touchdown Warriors. Another Citizens National Bank touchdown here in the third quarter with 2:08 on the clock. Southwestern now leads 48-0 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
Yeah, he's a really efficient quarterback. 7 of 8 now, 104 yards and a touchdown. I mean, you really can't ask for a better day on just 8 passes. 100 yards and a touchdown. We'll take that every day.
You bet. Absolutely.
Extra point try.
So Caleb Moore is going to kick this one, but you got to have somebody hold it because he can't kick it with no holders. So Colin Burton's going to run out there. I think he kind of forgot that.
Bit of a whoopsie there.
Yeah. So Burton set to hold this one, and Moore up and in. That extends the lead, 49-0 here on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. All Southwestern.
49 points is the average amount of points that South Laurel has allowed thus far to this season. So if they allow any more, they're going to let that average creep on up a little bit more. They've only scored an average of 10 points a game, so their average margin of defeat, 39 points. I mean, it's just really been a tough year for South Laurel. And South Laurel, their program over the years has sort of diminished, but, you just got to look at every single year. This may be rock bottom, I think, for the program. There's really nowhere to go but up from here.
It's been a tough season for them. You got to keep playing, and they've been doing just that. But you're right. I mean, it's been a tough season. I'm sure that they're ready to close the book on.
Yeah, absolutely. Conveniently located on North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger, now known as Cabana. Magic Monograms is the place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook. Search Magic Monograms and Embroidery. And, yep, of course, they brought us the fashion report. Still love these Southwestern uniforms.
Absolutely. Elijah Haynes set the kickoff. Tim Spears Realtor kickoff. That one's going to be fielded at about the 21-yard line by Gage Larkey. Larkey runs left to the middle and just gets stopped there, stone cold, at about the 30-yard line.
It's an awkward return. I mean, it's like the block just really never set up. They kind of got there in the middle and just bottled themselves up, and Southwestern able to pin them deep again.
A few new players. Number 17, Paxton King, 5'11", 150-pound sophomore. Number 85, Caleb Lunsford, 5'9", 155-pound sophomore.
Now, if a young freshman me were out there, I might be seeing some action myself.
I'm still looking. 58, I believe. Hunter Osborne there at nose tackle. Riley Baker still in on that defensive line. Nathan Gramling over on this left corner, senior. Garland back to throw. He's harassed. He throws across the middle. That's going to be caught by Ezra, but for no gain.
Yeah, even with the JV players in and some of the underclassmen, still getting a lot of pressure. I mean, the pressure is not eased up at all. A lot of times when you see a big blowout like this, you'll take the gas off, and maybe the other offense will kind of get the ball, move the ball a little bit. But I mean, there's still nothing that's there they can show for on offense.
At the opening, you were talking about the season output on the year for South Laurel at Pulaski County. Put 27 points up. It's hard to see tonight where that offense would have come from.
I think I noticed that one player had a 98-yard interception return. I'm not sure if that was that game or not, but one of those touchdowns was a return touchdown. I think there's another defensive touchdown throughout the year that they've scored, maybe a return. So, they've scored, I think, 8 total touchdowns on the year, including 2 returns. So
that was a pass complete and first down made by Jackson Hammock.
Yeah, sorry to talk over that. But
that's okay.
Just getting into a little bit more of what's going on. And,
video covering it, so we're good. But South Laurel it's been a tough year for the Cardinals. That's a handoff up the middle to number 5, Elijah Roark. It's going to no gain. It's going to end the third quarter again. Southwestern on top, 49-0. And we're going to step away for a few commercials. We'll be right back to bring you the fourth quarter action here at the reservation. Warriors lead 49-0.
And that's the end of your.
Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been serving and supporting our local communities. We want you to know that we are here for you and your family. Someone you can trust, someone you can count on, now and for the better days to come. Trusted, loyal, dedicated, helpful, and consistent. Toyota of Somerset. Come see us or visit us online at toyotaofsomerset.com.
We, the people of this great land, are resilient and will get through this. And buying and selling is the real stimulus. Land and real estate are the premium investments, and they're not just making any more land. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we'll get you the most for your property with live, online, and multi-parcel auctions. Selling farms, homes, developments, and commercial properties for top dollar. Give us a call or online at FordBrothersInc.com.
Welcome back to the reservation. Fourth quarter action. South Laurel with the ball. Garland in a shotgun formation. Got an update coming for you here in moments. And that's just a miscommunication there in the backfield. Garland having to run for his life and making the most of his opportunity there. Gets about 4, and then the crowd pushes, and there's a flag coming out.
Yeah,
face mask.
As soon as it started going forward, we did see that yellow flag come out. Waiting for the call there from the white hat. Henderson Chiropractic, committed to relieving your pain using true principles of chiropractic care. The caring, helpful team strives for excellence through extraordinary service and patient education. Dr. Henderson provides chiropractic care for injuries that occur during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, or just everyday wear and tear. The experience you need for the results you want, that's Henderson Chiropractic.
Will you tell me that again?
So a new set of downs here for the Cardinals.
Quick update from Pulaski Bell County. Tied at 21, 3:43 left in the third. So there's a score of interest around these parts. For
huge
sure.
Upset if they were able to pull that one off.
Garland, nice throw out in the flat, and that was just a tough break. Elza looking to run with it before he pulls it in, and
not sure how many he's very
mad at himself.
I'm not sure how much real estate he would have had to work with there, but just where a night where nothing's going right, you want to at least be able to execute some things, and I kind of feel for him. Elza and Garland really had a tough night. It's going to be a quiet bus ride home.
Yes, sir.
To London. Garland in the gun.
Screen pass, 23, and then number 17, we mentioned him, the new player coming in earlier, Paxton King. Paxton in the first play, then to get the tackle right there. Nice defensive stop by him.
Pretty smooth-looking visor, I think. Is that like a blue chrome visor, or am I just seeing things?
I think you made it. Well, I don't know.
Maybe it's a visor, but I'm seeing the blue chrome off the face mask. I could be completely wrong, but it looks like he's got some sort of cool visor.
He might have. The blue chrome on the face mask is sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to see. The camera may not be doing it justice, but these new lids are top-notch. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Garland's going to roll right. He's going to be harassed by 41.
There's an interception.
Pass is it intercepted?
It was. If they're going to call it, I'm not sure. This is definitely picked off by
Caleb Lunsford.
They're not going to give it to him. What? What?
Yeah, Elijah Ray was the one applying the pressure.
I don't know. We'll have to check Jeremiah's playback on that. It looked like a clean interception to me. You think they'd argue the call, so maybe something did happen there with the ball. Maybe not all the way to the ground. I'm not sure. That was a bit awkward. I'll have to rewatch that. It looked like a clean pick.
Going to bring up 4th and 14, so...
I will say it's the first time we've seen him put the ball in any immediate harm, though.
Garland thought he had somebody, stops and going to wind up and throw. He has a receiver across the middle. It's not going to be enough for a first. Larkey pulls it in, but the offense is going to be back out on the field. See 67, Corey Wigington jumping in there. He's going to be the new center. Who's over here working his craft with Nico Pasquarella just a few minutes ago.
His mother hooked us up with some goodies from the snack shack down there.
I absolutely want to say thank you to Miss Wigington for that. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
And Burton now taking the reins at QB.
So Corey at center. Now a few new players. Joshua Lee Weaver is in there on that offensive line. Again, a few others I'll try to announce.
Got 84 here at wide receiver on our side.
I don't have an 84 on the roster. I apologize to that young man. Logan Haynes is in the backfield with Burton.
But if you're a family member, you know who that is, and congratulations on him getting in tonight.
Caleb Lunsford rushing on the field there late.
Ooh, exchange.
Owen Campbell's going to take that handoff late. It's just a kind of a busted play.
No gain on the play. Lost 2.
Campbell's going to come off the field. I don't think because he did anything wrong. It's just that was just a odd exchange.
The closest game these Cardinals have played this year was a 38-15 loss against Estill County. And that, like I said, that's the closest game they played. 23-point loss. Really just a tough season for them.
Burton pitches out to the left. And in a little screen, double screen, if you will. Number 31, that's Chase Wesley.
And getting back to that, obviously it's been a tough season. You can see over there on their sidelines, if you've got a glimpse of their stands. You do have some folks that did come out, but it's not a really long drive. It's maybe 45 minutes or so tops from most places over there in South Laurel to get over here. How do you boost the morale, you think, of the Cardinals football team going forward after a season and really multiple seasons like they've had?
You got a new coach over there this year. Look, I got his name right here. I didn't introduce him early on. Alan Mitchell. And the AD, former coach Jeff Irwin. I think you just get players. You got to you got to get the numbers up. You got to get the kids out, and you just got to grind. You're not gonna win them all. And I tell you what,
I think here,
life lessons can be learned, winning or losing, because in life you don't always win. And I think even when you're on the short end of the stick, teaching valuable life lessons, and I would encourage young athletes, young men, to come out and play, because it teaches you discipline, commitment. It gives you some opportunity to experience some adversity and how you deal with adversity. I just think you just try to continue to build and get better, and that's what you have to do.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you want to succeed, you want to win state, but in reality, there's only 6 classes and there's only 6 state championships at the end. And where you're in 5A, you can only compete for that one each year. As we get a handoff this time, moving the pile.
Logan Haynes, the running back on that play.
Yeah, and I'm glad to not see any shoves or anything like that this game. It's been a nice, clean game. Just a very few penalties. There have been a small handful, but very few. And like I said, 6 classes, 6 champions, 1 for each class. And, Southwestern, of course, they've been close a few times, never advanced past the regional championship, I don't believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's
I think they had one regional championship in 2011, I believe.
Okay.
Burton's going to roll right to Zachary Hutchinson. He catches that ball, is going to go back across center field, going to gain about 18 yards and going to pick up a Remax Realtor first down. Remax Lake Time Realty first down.
Great sideline control there that time by him, and just able to catch that ball and not step out of bounds, turn it up for 18 yards.
And again, Zach Hutchinson, a lot of tools on the football field. Again, a name you're going to get real familiar with in the future here at Southwestern. That handoff to Haynes. He's going to go right up the gut. He's going to run through some guys. Going to get all the way down to the 30-yard line, about a 14-yard rush.
And for all the great teams that have been in this county with Southwestern, Pulaski, and Somerset, we've only got 2 state titles to call our own here in this great county. Of course, Southwestern's only been around for a couple decades, 3 decades now. PC 4 decades. This is their 39th team. They got that 1 state championship out of the 4 in a row they went to. Somerset finally able to crack one open in 2019. Southwestern looking to get there themselves, and they got a really good bunch this year.
Chase Wesley with the handoff. He's going to run out left and going to gain about 4 or 5. Another new warrior in there on that line of scrimmage is Charlie Smedley, number 62. I want to try my best to introduce all these warriors right there. Hunter Osborne's out there on the offensive line. He was playing defense a couple series ago. We mentioned Zach Hutchinson.
5A is a tough class to win. I mean, you got Highlands, you got Frederick Douglass.
Well, Douglass
Douglass
has been a bugaboo for this Southwestern team the last few years. I think Lexcath now is in 4A with Bull County. But
Covington Cath, that's what I meant to say, Covington Cath.
Yes, now Covcath is a 5A. Burton looking in the pocket. He's going to elude that tackler. Is he going to throw? He's going to throw it. He's going to go to the end zone. You got 2 warriors down there.
Oh.
Number 31 goes up to make a play. That's Chase Wesley. He's unable to bring it in.
Broken up by Garland. Jack of all trades. I believe that's who that was. Who was able to break that pass up.
And Burton, we talked about earlier, he's been out with a hamstring. And you can tell, I've seen Burton play several games. He's not 100%. Normally balls don't come out of his hands like that. That ball come out a little wobbly. Hope he gets back to full strength there pretty soon. Southwestern might have got started early on that one. Short run by Haynes. End of 3rd period. Pulaski County Maroons 28-21 over Bell County. So Bell County at home looking to pull the upset if they're going to do that. They got 1 quarter to go to do that. But I will say this to Bell. They've slowed down what has been a very, very potent Pulaski County offense through 3 quarters to limit them to 28 points.
It's a long trip home, and it would have been even longer if they'd lost, but it looked like they were in control in the 4th quarter.
Burton going to whiz it. Now that's a Burton throw. Zachary Hutchinson makes a – does he pull that in? Because he makes a really nice play, but it does not pull it in.
Oh.
But that was more of a Colin Burton-esque pitch. You saw a real tight spiral on the ball. He had that right on point, but it was well defended, just not able to bring it in.
Would have been a great catch for the freshman. Intrust Healthcare Counseling Services has made it their mission to be the trusted leader in promoting mental health in Kentucky for the last 23 years. We personalize your services to meet your needs, whether that be in your office, over the phone, or through the computer. Call Intrust at 676-0638 to get services started today from anywhere in Kentucky. You can always visit their Facebook page at Intrust Healthcare Counseling Services to learn more about how they can help you or your family today. At Intrust, your mental health matters.
Caleb Lunsford in at safety, as well as Paxton King. Valor Pennington over there playing corner. Looks like we're going to throw at Valor Pennington. Pennington stops and comes back, and they're saying no catch. That ball just came out of Garland's hands, wonky, and wasn't able to make it happen.
One of the first times that he's been able to put the ball in the vicinity of a wide receiver of his as far as a deep throw goes.
Number 82 over here, Broderick Brittle, another new warrior. That's one of those warriors that Coach Foley was bragging on, I believe, last week in his Putting in Work award. So young warrior getting some action.
Got a couple Warrior faithful trying to get a head start to the parking lot. It might be a madhouse getting out of here tonight.
South Laurel with 4 wide receivers. Garland going to roll again, and he's going to run this time. He's going to gain about 6 yards. Pretty hard tackle there, number 68. Don't have a 68. We've said that a couple times, so my apologies to you. And that's going to do it. Southwestern's going to be victorious and push their record to 8-0, 3-0 in district play as they are victorious tonight, 49-0, and sets up a Titanic matchup next week, a crosstown matchup, a Buffalo Wings and Rings video game of the week here on Lake Cumberland Sports, as the Warriors are going to play host to the Maroons of Pulaski County 1 week from tonight on the Buffalo Wings and Rings video game of the week next week.
I mean, it was just a breeze of a second half, really flew through that. A big thank you to Don Franklin's Somerset Family of Dealerships for presenting tonight's coverage of high school football. Be sure to take advantage of the end of summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them at any of their 4 locations or on Facebook at Don Franklin's Somerset Family of Dealerships. They treat you like family. Since 1979, Modern Systems has been protecting communities all across Kentucky, and they are proud to be a part of the communities they serve, committing time and sponsorships to numerous charities like Project 5810, Relay for Life, March of Dimes, Heart Walk, local school programs, and many more. Modern Systems, your neighbors and your friends, and they work 24/7 to protect the things that matter most to you, from homes to businesses to schools and churches. Let Modern Systems be your trusted name in security.
So we're at that point in the game, and of course the game is over. But we're going to name some players of the game. It's always tough to do in games like this right here. It's tough to do every single game, I might add. Games like this, a little tougher. Adam Bray, I know, I want to say thank you for joining me tonight. But this is the first time this year, I assume, that you've got to watch the Warriors. Mm-hmm. And so you have nominees. I mean, we can do this a lot of different ways. We can certainly just talk about it and come to a conclusion.
To be honest, I mean, I think the no-brainer pick on offense for the Southwestern Warriors has to be Roger Oliver. Making the start tonight, did a great job. I mean, it's hard to argue with 7 of 8, 104 yards and a touchdown. I mean, Tanner Wright, of course, did have 3 total touchdowns, but only 4 carries. I mean, obviously, he's probably the most lightning-in-a-bottle player, but I think when you did what Roger Oliver did tonight, really efficient, making some really good throws. They had to have loved what they saw out of him tonight.
I'm not going to argue with you. He's a senior. This is on senior night. Tanner Wright is as well. But I'm going to go with you on that. Roger Oliver did play well. He got the nod tonight. If Coach Foley was looking to try some things out, I think he did. And he had to check a box there.
It'd probably break a record if we were to give it to Tanner Wright. But 4 touches is probably the least amount of touches an offensive player of the game has ever got. I could be completely wrong. Would that be correct?
It may be. It's hard to say. On a night like tonight, where they were sharing the football so much, I mean, a number of players you could have given it to, but I like your choice there.
Yeah, I think Oliver did a really good job there through the air for Southwestern. A couple good scrambles as well. Just a good job disseminating that ball to the right guy, the open guy, whenever they had him to.
What about defense? What's your thoughts on that? We called, I know Coomer's name quite a bit tonight. I think he made his case for defensive player of the game early and really didn't do anything other than support that case continually. Had multiple sacks. It'll be interesting to see when the dust settles how many he had. We don't keep defensive statistics, but he had an impressive night tonight.
Yeah, that fourth quarter clock was rolling, and he didn't really see a whole lot of action on defense in the fourth quarter. But like I said, it's really tough to say that he's not the guy tonight. We called his name so much on defense because he was constantly in the backfield, and not if he wasn't in the backfield, he was on the sidelines bringing down somebody who was actually about to get a big gain. If Garland scrambled out there, he was oftentimes the guy to get him down on the ground whenever he was out of the pocket threatening to make a bigger run. So I think we got to give it to Ben Coomer, number 53, for the Southwestern Warriors defensive player of the game.
I like that selection as well. I like that selection a lot. Lineman of the game, the Big Blue Septic Service lineman of the game. Oftentimes that can be tough because, in particular in a game like this where, let's be honest, the rushing numbers came easy. Defensively, it was hard for South Laurel. Never got any momentum going. I'm going to give you 2 names, and we can hash it out. Jadon Washington, and I'm going to be honest, he's a senior, nose tackle, starter, contributor. So he's one candidate, and I'm going to throw another candidate out there, another senior as well, Brody Perkins. I'm going to count him on the line because he's a tight end. He does a lot of run blocking for these Warriors. He ends up catching a touchdown pass there. I think it was in the second half. Those are two names I think could be well-worthy candidates for lineman of the game.
Absolutely. And is it illegal to do co-players in the game?
Yeah, let's not do that. I think we want to kind of shy away from that. I'm going to go ahead and tip. Let's go 87, Brody Perkins. Brody he's had a nice season. He has not caught as many balls as certainly those of us in the box would like to see him catch because he's an electric receiver. But Brody Perkins is going to be our nod for Big Blue Septic Service lineman of the game tonight as Southwestern again victorious 49-0 here on senior night on homecoming night here at Southwestern at the reservation.
He just does what he's asked. I mean, if he's asked to catch passes, he'll catch passes. He's asked to put his nose down and block, he's going to do that. He just does a great job all around.
You bet. So stick around on Facebook and join us here shortly for the Alton Blakely Family Dealerships post-game show. Adam Bray, thanks for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. It's been fun.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Michael.
Yep. So I'm Michael Gregg. He's Adam Bray. Pat Harris has been producing tonight. Jeremiah Jones on camera work. Josh McKinney will be back with us next week again as Pulaski County comes to town and here at the reservation. Until